All right. So we're back. We're a little late, so apologies. For episode.
He's late.
I'm late. I'm the one who's always late. Anyway, this is episode 123. Thank you guys for tuning in once again on the another episode of the Hypecast with yours truly as always, Sean, aka Hawk525, and with my cohort, partner in crime, ZawarudoWrrryy, who just came back from his trip. So briefly,
and I was in house arrest.
Yeah, because
quarantine.
Yeah, because I guess in Hawaii, like they're really strict about it, or very anal about it.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
So to get that out of the way, even though I have a legit COVID test that says I was negative, it does not. The medical facility I went to did not fall under Hawaii's special list of accepted partner ship whatever, and I'm like, wow, dictating on where to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the list I saw like CVS and Walgreens we tried. They didn't get back to me until the day of me flying out.
Oh,
thanks Walgreens. And then for CVS, it was weird because every time I was filling out the online form to see if I can take it and whatnot, Hawaii wasn't valid as a selectable state. And I was like,
what?
Why?
What?
Yeah,
that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, so I had to call like the nearby CVS store, and I'm like telling them what I'm seeing there. They kept going like, oh, it should work. It should work. Maybe it's your internet connection. I'm like, sure.
When you're out of options, that's when you kind of say some stuff like that. But anyway, at least you're negative though. That's that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm on house arrest for the next 9 days because this is day 1 out of the 10, if I did my math correct.
Yeah.
And so far, I just dusted up my shelves that I have things on top of it. They were all caked in dust.
Yeah.
So I was sneezing like a whore.
Yeah, I should definitely do that too at some point.
I see your shelf over there.
Yeah, my
shelves.
Shelves. Yeah, I got the loft bed top, and then the shelf right there, and then the shelf over there, and then shelf over there, and then my PC.
I do have shelf above my curtains.
Yeah.
That I don't want to touch because I think we fucked up the placement for the brackets.
Oh shit!
And if I start moving stuff, it might just like collapse.
Oh shit! Oh man!
So it's like do I want that thing to fall down on these?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would kind of suck, especially once you get a super earthquake of sorts, right? It's like, all right, well. I accept.
Then that's when I'm gonna sit on my bed and go like, this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, everything's on fire around you. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. So briefly, like, so you went to Disney World, right? Like, you said like the lines weren't as bad as like, Yeah,
it wasn't as bad as people make it out. It's just from like an outside view, you would see like a snake of people like lining up for the ride.
Got it.
But in actuality, it's just all because of the 6 feet markers that people have to stand on. So
yeah,
I guess thinking about it this way, if you're on I want to say Tower of Terror, and the wait time is 50, you're technically in the line for like less than 20, because they kind of like exaggerate the time, so they kind of have like a good control of
right.
of the line and how many people is actually in line to just ride said ride.
Yeah, like it makes more sense to overestimate than to underestimate your times.
Yeah.
So that way people don't get pissed off and rather be like, oh, it wasn't 30 minutes, it was 20 minutes. Like, yeah, that it's like that more of a more positive psychological effect, I guess. But anyway.
And
yeah, go ahead.
because like in some of the way they made it kind of like helps you to also see the see the environment of how they are handling the COVID situation at Disney.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can say, ooh, I hate that fucking sun.
Yeah, it's like coming down. It's coming down. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Like
you gotta like just move your. You gotta just move your head like a little like to the.
I know. It's like attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overall, nature. Disney was good. The weather, Florida weather. So it was like in the morning, like 60 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Afternoon, mid 70s, and then we had that 20-minute burst of rain, and then the rest was like humid as fuck. And I was like, you know what? As a Disney trip, that type of weather pattern you can live with.
Yeah. Florida is quite different, so yeah, from other states.
It is.
So yeah. I mean, I learned that firsthand when I went there for spring. Like way back when.
Let me guess, you almost had a heat stroke.
No, well, one of us did. Not me, but I think one of us did. But that person, I'm not his name, of course, but that person had some pre-existing sort of health conditions, so that's why that person is more susceptible to like heat strokes and just like extreme changes and stuff like that. So that happened. But when I went there, I remember like, especially in the morning, like this was spring too, springtime. I felt like I was drinking water. Like pretty much like the humidity is like, it's like so much different, of course, compared to coming from California, which is like dry as fuck pretty much most of the time. So yeah, to me it felt like drinking water. And then like it's so funny because like we were seeing like the bipolar weather, so it was like raining hard for like 5 minutes and it just completely sunny skies. Yeah, right after that, like 5 minutes later. And then like at times at night there was like a lot of lightning strikes, so we're like ooh and stuff like that. So we were trying to like take pictures and stuff like that, like videos. And then some Florida man was like walking up to us, like he's like, "Are you guys filming that?" Like we're like, "Yeah." Like, all right. We're like, "You guys are from California?" We're like, "Yeah." Like we're
this
we're
is
on
all
the field
new
trip.
to us.
Yeah, we're pretty much we're the tourists, and it was like yeah, pretty much like like he obviously knew like we were from California, so like yeah, like he just knew. That was funny. I thought that was funny. But anyway, yeah. Anything else you wanted to briefly touch upon before we get into the podcast of things?
Those cases right there.
Where
are my pride and joy.
Oh yeah, because the lightsabers. That's right. Yeah. You went to the Star Wars attraction, right?
Galaxy Edge.
Galaxy Edge, yeah.
But let's just say in the shop that we went to buy these things, there was a customer before us.
Mm-hmm.
I swear the guy couldn't make up his damn mind of what to buy, and his girlfriend or wife was just staring, going like, "Can we fucking go?" No, and the cast member that was showing him the different lightsabers, because I think
like
there was like only a total of 10. He went through all of them 3 times.
No way, dude. I hated it. I would hate to be that cast member, man.
And you could see in the cast member's face going like, "Sir, please."
Yeah.
Pick.
Yes.
Because before us, there was like 2 other customers before him, and they went by fast.
Yeah.
and then it was me, and I was like, okay, I want Luke Skywalker's Return of the Jedi lightsaber. Being Baboon paid, went out. We took a lap around Galaxy Edge, which is like because of lines and how many people are there. It was like a 30-minute lap. Passed by the same shop, and we can see the same customer
No way.
still in there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ,
no
kick him
way,
out,
dude. Like, I know this is like a pretty expensive thing to buy, but it's not like a wedding ring or anything like that. So it's like,
yeah. But
funny.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
That's
what is
funny.
wrong with you?
That's so funny. So anything else from Disney World worth mentioning?
If anyone's going to Disney World, if you're going, it's implemented now. From what I last heard, you can do park hop, but it's kind of like how Disney said it is stating. You have to do half. Like, let's say you're going to Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Half your day is at Magic Kingdom, and then you have to do the other half of your day at your other park.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to stay there. Because before with the park hopper, you can go Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot,
Yeah, Epcot,
Hollywood Studios, then go backwards.
Right.
But now it's slow. But now it's like whatever you're park hopping, you're staying there. You ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it minimizes the spreading and stuff like that.
It minimizes spreading, and also that each section closes at different times.
Oh, okay.
Like Hollywood Studio closes at 7 at night, but it opens at 9, so 9 to 7. Animal Kingdom was like 9 to 6 or something like that. So
right. Okay.
It's really hard to like plan like this or that.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, to me, it's like if people really want to go to Disney, you should at least have 4 days at Disney, so you can go to each park for 1 day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see, because again, we have that vaccine coming, so
right.
We'll
yeah.
See. Even though the vaccine, some medical trials are saying that there's a lot of bad side effects.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait. That thing that came out so fast. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I mean,
like,
the nurses and doctors and stuff like that, I understand, but for us, like,
for us regular citizens, But even my boyfriend is saying that he's not going to take it, even though his workplace is going to provide it for its employees.
Yeah.
Because
so they have a choice, right? So
yeah, he has a choice.
Okay, good.
It's just that he wants a more grounded, like, medical report of all the long term.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Because the last thing we talked about it was that there are medical reports that if women took it, they become infertile.
Oh, right. Yeah, they
like,
can't be
cannot
pregnant.
Make babies anymore. And I was like, holy, nope.
Yeah, that's.
I was a woman. And it's like, nope.
Yeah.
Technically, I am a woman.
Right.
But yeah, that was Florida. Or for the Disney trip, and I also saw something else in Florida, but we'll keep that later.
Yes, we'll keep that later during the Monster Hunter portion of things. A very certain movie that, yes, we will definitely talk about. At least briefly, but we'll see. All right, so.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm still sneezing because of the dust.
That does, yeah. It's all good. All right, so. If you have anything else to mention from your trip, we can definitely talk about the juicy bits of things for gaming news. Right as funny enough, Zawa was leaving for the trip during December 10th. The awards were happening, the Game Awards, the GAs, you know, the quote unquote most, I guess, popular or whatever, like the most trendy award show for gaming, right? So I wanted to share this before. This is related to the Game Awards. So as one of the nominees for a lot of the awards, you know, Last of Us Part 2, director, Druckmann was like, all right, we gotta push through the player's voice, right? And this is where the actual gamers get to vote on this. Like, this is entirely on the gamers' vote. So it's like the People's Choice Award sort of thing. So he was trying to rally up the fans that like the game or whatever for Last of Us Part 2 to win it. And then on the next slide, guess who won the What a story. Ghost of Tsushima, what do you know, took the vote. The Player's Voice award. So any comment on that?
Rick.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Funny enough, it kind of felt that way. You know, I felt like the whole thing was like paid off or whatever, right? As usual, you know. But I felt like this time around was a little more towards that, because like a lot of awards were taking. It was swept by Last of Us Part 2. And including Game of the Year, the big one, right? But there was one thing I do want to point out, as Josh did. When myself and the guys were watching, we were actually watching it together. Mainly for a reaction video, right? But Josh pointed out that Druckmann didn't really say thank you to the fans. He only said thank you for the staff, the families, and people around, like the close people around them, right? So it really, to me, and a good number of people, I feel, felt that the Player's Voice award was the one that kind of mattered to him most. Because all the other awards is all by critics, all the journalists, the critics, and all, a selected few, like all the media, the gaming media outlets, and some companies, right. It's like the electoral college thing, when you're voting for your president, almost. So all those ones were won mostly with Last of Us Part 2, except for the Player's Voice. And so I felt like that, to me, he didn't thank the fans for that. Like he literally like did not say anything about the fans, not even the fans that actually like the game. He didn't even say, oh, thank you for those who play the game and loved it, we appreciate that. None of that. He only thanked the people who worked on it, the staff, his family, or their families, whatever, right? People around them, close people around them. That's it, not the fans. So that seems to say something. So yeah.
I mean, I could understand, like, getting caught up in the moment.
Right. Yeah. There's always that.
You forget to like thank a lot of people. I've done it. A lot.
Yeah, no, it happens. It happens. That's definitely giving him the benefit of the doubt. It does happen.
But to do it like live and stuff, people will remember. It is recorded.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You gotta be careful, I guess. Yeah. Yes, you're right. That is a possible scenario. He probably just forgot, and he wasn't really in the moment, right? He won all these awards, right? Along with the staff. Laura Bailey won, Abby for with her performance with Abby. So congrats to Bailey. I agree with that one, right? And also, like, the most accessible what you call the accessibility award, right? With like the blind gamers and such. That I agree with because that's what they actually provided. So kudos to them.
Yep.
Some of the actual production value, like okay, that's I guess I agree with it. Although funny enough, one of the ones that didn't win it, Last of Us Part 2 was the music, I think the art direction or something like that. Like I forget. Ghost of Tsushima won something, right, from the major ones. Now Final Fantasy VII won the best score, music and score, which
of course.
yeah, like I'm absolutely okay with that. But
If FF7 didn't win that, I would have questioned like who's voting on this shit.
Yeah, yeah. So, what else? Oh yeah, the best fighting game, right? I mean, we gotta mention, I guess, because we love fighting games. Ultimate. No, sorry. Is it oh no, it's MK11 Ultimate. Yeah, MK11 Ultimate won the award for it, right? Let me actually find the list here just to help me briefly go over it.
The list of winners.
Yeah, because like the one I have is just the announcements for like all the reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. But did you catch anything at all during or like around that time when like that window? Like did you like catch wind of the Game Awards stuff?
Game Awards? No, the only thing I caught wind of the Game Awards was the announcement of Sephiroth. That's it.
Yeah, no, literally that was like the biggest announcement right off the bat, and literally it was right off the bat. Like that was like one of the very first announcements when the show started. I'm just like,
it wasn't like a middle announcement. It was like, open the doors, hello, this is what you get.
Yeah, like
that's one hell of a way to start it off.
Yeah. All right, so I have a list right here. So yeah, you can see Naughty Dog, and Last of Us Part 2 taking most of it. Oh yeah, so yeah, art direction goes to Tsushima. That I can agree with. Very beautiful game.
I would have thought Hades.
Yeah. No. I'm that's not to discredit.
Would have also been a good like runner.
Yeah. It's of course not to discredit any of these other games either. I mean, Last of Us Part 2, like the realism and like some of the a lot of the aspects I feel are there, like the production value is there when it comes to the visual side of things, but like it was just like brown and gray and green, like a darkish grayish green, I don't know, but like a very pale green sort of direction, so not exactly like the most visually popping game in my eyes. Like I felt like Ghost of Tsushima was like, it really did that, like a lot of colors, very beautiful, it ran smoothly, not to mention for a game like that, open world, as you roam around, great game in that aspect. So audio design, Last of Us Part 2, we already mentioned Laura Bailey's performance, which I agree with. Let me see. Anything else? Ongoing game, No Man's Sky actually won it instead of Fortnite. Even Sean Murray.
There's justice.
Yeah, even Sean Murray was surprised. Like he was just like drinking like he didn't even care. And then like during the actual announcement, right? Like who the winner was, he was just drinking. And then when he heard No Man's Sky, he's like he kind of like like almost spilled his drink for a second there. He almost had a spit take. It was kind of funny. I think he was drinking like one of those like Mexican beers, like like Corona or Modelo or something like that. I don't know what he was drinking exactly, but or Tecate.
I bet you the creators of Fortnite, like they thought they were gonna win. They were gonna be like, "We got this vote." What?
yeah, like the premature like pop off, right? That was kind of funny. Indie game, Hades won that, so that was something that Hades took. So good on them.
Okay, Phasmophobia winning the debut one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, considering
Okay.
there's a good number of them too, like that were actually pretty good from what I've heard anyway. I haven't played any of the indie games, but Mortal
Yeah, I
Shell,
haven't
I
played.
felt like could have, it was potential there, stuff like that. What about what do you?
We should play Phasmophobia with the guys.
I don't know. I mean, it's just it's weird. Like it's like
Yeah.
to me like a really janky looking game, and it's fun. Like I
It
understand the appeal of it, but like, huh? You know what I mean? Like I felt like Mortal Shell would have been like more of a potential pick, or any of these other games. I mean, I haven't,
Yeah.
so, but mobile game Among Us.
Oof.
I was kind of hoping Genshin Impact would win it
There it
personally.
is, kids.
Yeah.
He wanted to rig the elections to get Genshin to win.
I was hoping Genshin Impact,
And probably my boyfriend as well.
but to understandably, Among Us had a lot of appeal to it, even though
Yep.
it's not a brand new game. But I guess it did come new as a mobile game, so that's why they plopped that there. I don't know. It's a little shaky to me, but nonetheless, I understand Among Us is pretty big, still pretty big. There was an update for that game too, which we'll talk about in a bit.
And it's also coming to the Switch.
You're right. I was
Among
gonna
Us.
mention that briefly in the last portion of things, but yes, that is definitely true.
Okay, check that off.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah. A VR AR game, Half-Life Alyx, action game. Hades also won that. Action adventure, Last of Us Part 2, yeah, and then RPG, Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? But here's the thing, like a lot of those awards were just really brief ones. Like he even like give the time to like present those awards. I mean, for score, yes, he Final Fantasy VII did had a little speech or whatever. I forgot who was the representative, but there was a speech there. But a lot of these games, like, or a lot of these categories weren't even like given the spotlight. It's like, all right, what the hell? Like,
So it was pretty much like, here's the list, bold, winner, next.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, so yeah, fighting game. We already talked about that. Family game, Horizon, Animal Crossing New Horizons. All right, that's kind of a given.
Yeah.
Sports game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. That was a
Of
win
course.
right. That was a win for me. Multiplayer game, Among Us, even though it's not a brand new game, but all right, whatever, understandable.
It's kind of like that shaky, like, yay.
Yeah, because it's 2 years old, so it's like, all right,
He's like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Guess age isn't a factor.
Mm-hmm. I guess it doesn't matter whether it's old or not, but anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so the content creator Valkyrie won that one. There's the esports awards. So yeah, so that's pretty much it on those ones. But mostly Last of Us Part 2 took most of it, all the big ones anyway. And but
Rigged.
yeah, whatever people will say or whatever the awards will say, even though we do talk about these things, award shows shouldn't be held so high up on the pedestal that doesn't say it shouldn't.
It dictates.
It shouldn't dictate whether that game is actually good or not. Yeah. So, I think the games that weren't mentioned are still great too. Like there's that part of things. There were plenty of other good games that weren't mentioned. So, it's like just because they didn't appear as the nominees, even it's like that's not really saying like whether it's a good game or not. Now, the actual exciting part of things were the reveals. So, well, first off, I like this was the first one on this article here. Master Chief comes to Fortnite. Master
Why?
Chief. Man, I don't know. They got a lot of characters in there, man. Like, previous like Venom was in there, right? Whatchamacall? Yeah, Venom. Mandalorian is in there currently, I think, right? And then of course Master Chief. Yeah, so they got a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff in there. And then there's even one more character that was announced. I think it was today or yesterday, which we'll talk about later. Among Us got a new map, like we were kind of mentioning. It did get a new update, so good on them. New game called Takes Two. That was like the one that I forget his name, like his full name, but Joseph, like the guy. He said, "Fuck the Oscars." That guy. Yeah. Although funny enough. Sorry to interrupt, but funny enough, I think the Game Awards kind of became the Oscars, if I'm being honest. Kind of ironic, but anyway.
Big Daddy Jeff to like look and go like, "What you doing?"
Yeah, right. Just peeking over what I'm doing and what notes I have. Sephiroth was like what Zawa said. Like that was like the one that caught he caught wind of because it was like the biggest one. I think that was the biggest one in my opinion too.
Which I want to say, it's kind of funny that the announcement of Sephiroth did not break Twitter as much as how Minecraft Steve broke Twitter.
You're right. Yeah, I think it's. Well, I mean, it's in comparison. I feel like it's a little more niche, but it is still popular. Also, maybe like Twitter got better servers. I don't know. Like what could have happened there. But understandably so, Minecraft is like a really big game. Like it's like the most sold game of all time or something like that, right? So it's very popular. So maybe that's why that happened. There's a lot of people, including the kids, were talking about it on Twitter, and yeah. This is another like weird one. Like it's like a game that came out of nowhere, like a weird twist to it. The twist at the end. Back for Blood. So this is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, because I guess Valve doesn't want to make the third game of everything or whatever the meme is, right? So the developers of Left 4 Dead left the company to make their own, I guess, studio, and they made another Left 4 Dead game, pretty much called Back for Blood. So yes, it's pretty much Left 4 Dead, but it's called Back for Blood, and it's gonna carry on the whole Left 4 Dead sort of aspect of gaming, survival with your friends, fighting against zombies. So there's that. So this is also, I didn't realize, another game that's also a spiritual successor of something. This one's called Callisto Protocol. So Callisto Protocol is supposed to be the successor for Dead Space. I imagine this was in a similar scenario where they weren't going to make Dead Space games anymore, but the creators wanted to do something about that, so they made another game. It does definitely give off some Dead Space vibes with the monster design that was shown in the trailer. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. Perfect Dark was another one. Was another surprise. Sorry, did you want to say something about Callisto?
Am I gonna play it? Nope, because I'm chicken shit.
Yeah.
If I do play it, I'm gonna have the lights on everywhere.
Like yeah, like you ask your family to stay awake and like but anyway,
Because there are certain horror games I cannot play in the dark.
oh yeah,
Fatal Frame is one of them.
oh no, I understand. The Japanese horror games, yeah, those are something else. With the ones that actually kind of deal with like Japanese
or Asian horror movies, also in general.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
Good
Asian,
luck.
the Asian sort of spirit mythology. That's like pretty scary, pretty freaky.
Like, sorry, a little tangent.
No, go ahead.
If you ever put the Japanese version of The Ring on, I'm gonna probably be in the kitchen, just enough to see the screen, but enough to just like hide my face.
Dude, I remember watching it as a kid, the Japanese version of, well, they call it Ringu, right? But it's just Ring. Anyway, I watched it as a kid, and that shit fucked me up, dude. Like the especially when she came out of the TV screen, right? That part, and then like the eye, like the shot of the eye, that shit freaked me out, man. That gave me the heebie-jeebies. That shit was fucked.
Like, I don't know how people can handle watching Japanese horror.
Yeah, I kind of relived the moment for a little bit. I was like, oh, got a little bit.
What's more scary is you talking about that TV screen scene, and my TV's like right here, about an arm's length. I'm like, I swear, if I turn and if I see a fucking face, I'm gonna be like, today's when I die.
So yeah. Anyway, ironically, there's a game called Perfect Dark, but that was another surprise. Like they're bringing back Perfect Dark. There's no spiritual successor. This is from the Xbox Studio, I guess. I don't know who exactly is behind the wheel, but Xbox Studio or Microsoft Studio or Xbox Studio, whatever, is behind Perfect Dark, I guess, for now. So we'll see about that. Dragon Age. There's a new Dragon Age game coming, apparently. That's a big game, I understand that. For the RPG, Western RPG fans. Are you particularly a fan of Dragon Age, or?
Never played it, but I do follow Felicia Day, who's a very well-known Dragon Age spokesperson. So I know Dragon Age through her, and I know Dragon Age Inquisition through my boyfriend because I watched him play it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I know about it, but I don't know like the ins and outs. I know of it.
Yeah, I understand. So this is a game also from BioWare, along with like Mass Effect and stuff like that, which I have some news for that one as well. But anyway, speaking of which, Mass Effect was also announced. It will continue, as said in the trailer.
Is it gonna be broken?
That's probably we'll see about that, but because there's some drama or something stirring up going on around those games. But anyway, there's a new Mass Effect game announced, right? And then this was another weird one. So there's this trailer. There's this trailer with Vin Diesel, right? We had no idea what it was. Like me, Todd, Josh, we're watching it. We had no idea what this was. We were like, is this a new Turok or something? Like, what's going on? And as soon as they showed the arm, they have the thing, the mark. I'm like, we're just like, oh fuck, it's Ark. It's so funny now because now Ark is a game that they play a lot, and they get into it at times. They're gonna have Vin Diesel in it, so it's like, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's like having this whole trend of like putting celebrities in video games again, I guess. And now and now Vin Diesel.
Wait, you're telling me that this is not Fast and the Furious?
I guess not. But hey, man, family's important in this game too. I guess. But yeah, there's also gonna be like new monsters, I guess. Like there's like orc looking things that were in the trailer, so that's kind of interesting. There are other trailers that are coming out, or of indie games, right? A lot of indie game trailers, but those are the ones I wanted to definitely mention for the most part. So, any thoughts overall on the Game Awards before we move on to the next thing?
Skip.
Yeah, it's done. It's over. It's that time of the year has passed. Now we can move on to something actually potentially more unfortunate. But before we get to that, some good news when it comes to the Atlas fans. Persona 5 Strikers, which previously was thought to be not coming out for the West because of some financial report not mentioning it, so people took that as like, oh, I guess it's not coming out here anymore. Sad boys. No, they actually announced it and stuff like that. Officially announced coming to the West for February, I think, right? February 23rd, 2021. So that's cool. Do you still feel like buying the game, Zawa, when it comes to Persona 5 Strikers? Because I know you're into the Dynasty Warriors, Muso type of games.
I mean, so far, it's because I'm reading it. It's just only announced for the Switch.
Yeah.
No other console.
Yeah.
Oof.
Right, and
I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, the Switch is a good gaming, unit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Warriors type games, it kind of suffers. Hi, Hyrule Warriors. I love you, but you freaking stutter like hell.
Yeah, the frames drop like crazy. I think even on the Wii U, back when the Wii U Hyrule Warriors was kind of the same pretty much.
I fucking died. Was dying super fast.
Yeah. So
but I don't know.
Yeah.
I might buy it.
Yeah.
I might.
I'm sure the PS4 version will come out so for the West as well. So it should. I mean, I think there
PS4.
was.
You mean a PS5? I'm not a pleb anymore.
Oh yeah, so it is coming out for the PS4. All right, so that's cool. Also coming out on Steam.
I'll wait for the PS5 version.
I think I didn't even bother with the PS5 version, like, because it's like, because a lot of people still have the PlayStation 4 versions. Not a lot of people have, still have PlayStation 5 still. So it's like, yeah, and you can play it. I'm pretty sure you can play it. It's like backwards compatible or whatever. So, it shouldn't be a problem. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
But I kind of want to get my library of PS5 games, bigger than. Oops, someone's dropped them. Just these two.
Yeah. one of those games no one is talking about. Absolutely. No one is talking about that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Everyone was talking about Spider-Man.
Anyway. So when you pre-order the game, it'll come with like a soundtrack with 40 songs, or over 40 songs, excuse me. A digital art book and a behind the scenes video, I guess. So, all right, that's something. That's kind of neat. Again, it's gonna be out for the Switch, PS4, and also Steam. That's cool. Very exciting. I'm curious. I'll likely get it on the PlayStation 4. So,
you'll bite the bullet for us.
What's up?
You'll bite the bullet for us.
Hey man, I'm not going to the Switch. I'm sorry. Even like as much as I love that system, like I can definitely can see it chugging. I can definitely see it chugging. I'll leave Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity to do that for me. Not the Persona Strikers. Anyway. I'll get that game eventually, but because I do want to play it. It's just Cyberpunk, speaking of which, is taking up my life right now.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, Cyberpunk was a game that a lot of people were waiting, and one of the most anticipated games of all time. And when the game came out, man, whoa boy, man, it was not great to say the least, to put it nicely. Especially for those who still have the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're not gonna go everything over, but like briefly, when it comes to like, the obvious things like the glitches and stuff like that. There is one video I do want to have us take a look at here.
Okay.
Based off of it. Oh god, that was so loud. Did you hear that?
The only thing I was hearing during that opening scene was me chewing because that graham cracker was good.
Anyway, I'll play the video now. So for those who are listening, it's basically a bug where a character named Jackie can just go through the elevator door like nothing. Like he just went through it, and then this person just made it look like it was a parody from like Super Mario 64. So it got like the water drip little effect going on, like when you go through the painting, and and then it even has like the HUD and everything, like the UI for like Mario 64. Complete with the sound effect. Oh man, it was great. I got a great laugh of that. My friend sent me that. Sent me that my way. But yeah, as funny as the memes and all the glitches and bugs that are happening, right? As much as those are funny, yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate drama that came around.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems. We'll just call it problems because they are. For the game.
Yeah.
And like to me, because I was discussing with my friend yesterday about Cyberpunk, it's kind of, to me, the way I look at it as an outside person looking into the community and stuff. It's like, it's your guys' fault, you were the ones bitching, we want the game now, when they told you it wasn't really finished yet. So take it as is, kids. And I think now you're bitching.
Yeah,
and it's now you're bitching that why did you give us a unfinished game? It's like, you just asked.
Right. I think that was a part of it. It was a factor, but I think also at the same time they just wanted to get the game out to make money. I think that was another factor to that. I think that's like probably the most likely factor, as much as there was some pressure going on from the community, like the people who were anticipating it. There were a lot of pre-orders, right? I'm sure there were a lot of people trying to take their day off or take their week off, for the game's launch. Unfortunately, it got delayed again, right? And then so they pretty much wasted that one, unfortunately. But it really sucks because like they were willing to take the week off. Right, they missed it, and then as soon as the game came out, people came to realize the game is not finished. It's like a buggy mess, and it's just like not the game they envisioned, unfortunately. Now, with all that said, I'll briefly talk about my 2 cents on it. I think that the game is great when it starts working. The actual video game itself is great. The content is there. It does feel like a $60 game or whatever, right? From that sense. But of course, and this is coming from someone who is playing on PC, so I'm not the one who gets all the nasty bugs that everyone else gets on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, right? That's where the real shit is happening, right? Because that's like most people, that's where most people own the system anyway. There's not as much PS5s, there's not as much Series X's. Of course, not as much people have PCs to run games on. So, they all have the previous gen consoles and stuff. So that's where all the hate is coming, or mostly coming from, right? But even then, there are bugs and stuff like that where, it bothers me as well. Like there's times where I can't pick up stuff. It's like, what the hell? Like I'm like skedaddling, move back and forth. Like, okay, do I have to like be right here to pick it up? Like I have to be right here.
Like, there's a certain hitbox ratio that I need to be in to just pick up this thing.
Yeah, it's like very inconsistent, and that's like really bothersome to me as someone who does collect a lot of loot in video games like these. Like even Fallout got that right? You know, like,
Yeah.
and I know they got experience, sure, but even Fallout got that right. You know, and that was another game that was like a buggy mess. You know, Fallout 4 and 76, of course, right? But anyway.
Yeah, I can was it confirm all this thing with Hawk saying about Fallout. I'm like, when you were playing it and I was watching you, I was like, you don't need to pick up all that shit. Okay. Like, you're gonna weigh yourself down, okay? You don't have to pick up that. You're already maxed out on ammo, okay?
Yeah.
Remember, in your escapades on Fallout, you're like, I need this ammo. You shot off like, I think it was like 56 to just pick up the 56.
Dude, I'm a pack mule, dude. I pick up almost everything, dude. I can't help it. It's like, because you know, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eventually need this, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like material for, you know, like making this gun or whatever it is, or upgrading yourself, right? So I'm like, I always have that mentality of like, when I pick up stuff. So I can't help it. I can't leave stuff behind. It feels weird to me, or it feels.
But it's just so funny because you would pick up like the health restoring items,
yeah,
and never use it because all I saw you was using the sim pack, and I'm like, why do you have the other health pack? Get rid of it, sell it, put it in storage, something, please.
Yeah, like I said, it's like it's like something I think I'm going to need eventually, but it's like it's kind of like that hoarder thing. But at least it only happens mostly in video games. But anyway,
Yeah, I can agree with you. Hoarding, you know, only in video games.
Okay,
That's actually like what was it called? Display lights, you know, showing that I have stuff behind me.
right. Anyway,
Those are not actual things.
yeah. So anyway, the content in the video game stuff is there, right? Whenever the graphics don't fuck up, it looks great. Even on my rig, which is was in like the most powerful rig right now, I have the 1070 and stuff like that, which well, that got outdated pretty quick. But anyway, it still runs great. It runs more than decent. And whenever, like, you know, everything's all settled down, stuff like that, there's nothing going on, looks great. You know, the city, the buildings, the colors, awesome. You know, I love the atmosphere. I love the story that's setting up. I love the lore, the world that it's setting in, right? But unfortunately, it's being held back by a lot of the bugs, a lot of the game breaking stuff that could also happen on PC, unfortunately, because especially this bug particularly, where if you have a save file over 8 megabytes or something like that, you could potentially have a corrupt save file, which means you're pretty much fucked if you pick up too much stuff. So it's like, I feel attacked, man. I feel attacked. Like, why? Like, why?
They're teaching you a lesson. Don't pick shit.
So I have to be more conservative for a game that's all about looting? No, dude. No, absolutely not. This is not okay. This has got to be fixed, man. It's got to be fixed. But
you know, like with all the glitches and stuff, yeah, it's bad. But when you have a compliment, you know, a video of showing all like the variety of glitches, it's pretty hilarious.
It is hilarious, admittedly. As sad as it is, like my friend was sending me so many memes, and it was great. All of them are great. Like I laughed at all of them, right? And I had a friend, that same friend. He was playing on the PlayStation 4 because he didn't have a PlayStation 5 yet, because he feels like he doesn't need it just yet. But now maybe he does feel like he needs it. But anyway, he was playing on the PlayStation 4, and like he liked the game. He was enjoying it. But then the more he played it, it became more obvious. You know, of how much flaws were shown in the game, like in those versions. He at first he was like, oh, it runs fine, whatever, right? Like, but that was like the first like part of the game. And now, and then and he literally told me as he's playing the game more and more of the bugs show up. His game crashes left and right, whatever. He had like hard crashes. He had to start over from certain missions, which really sucks. Very, very, very bad feeling. So it became to the point where he was like, yeah, like I've seen enough when it comes to hard crashes. I'm gonna go back to playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Because he wants to get in that rabbit hole just to see like why people like it, and he does like it so far, which is cool. But yeah, he just hearing that coming from him is like, man, it hurts to like see and hear how much people have to suffer through when it comes to the previous gen versions, right? And I think the biggest takeaway, like what you're pretty much kind of alluding to, Zawa, is that the game just needed more time in the oven. Like it absolutely needed more time. Like, cause even there are stuff that the PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X can't get around. So it really goes to show that the game just needed way more time. I think maybe like 2 years is a decent number, to really make sure like nothing is like buggy or glitchy, right? But man, boy oh boy, did they got a little greedy in my opinion, because like they knew that the game ran bad, but like I guess the corporate side of things were like, we gotta get the game out, make that money, whatever, get those numbers, and then we'll fix it later, because that's how maybe that's how video games work, right? Like, or that's how video game fans work, right? No, like we want a game where it works right off the bat, after spending $60 or $70 or whatever. It's I made this analogy. It's like really simple, right? It's like buying a fucking garden hose, and right off the bat, there's like a bunch of holes. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, what the fuck? Like, oh, but don't worry, we'll put duct tape around it. Then it'll work. It'll work later, right? But no, like I want this to work now. I want the game to be good now. It's like, what the fuck? Like I don't understand those people that like are like, oh, that's how video games are, and whatever. Like, oh, it's gonna get better later. It's like, no, I want the game to be good now, like as I buy it. So if the game is not good now, I can wait. I can wait. I can be patient about it. I got other stuff to do. You know what I mean? So it definitely needed more time in the oven. That's the biggest major problem. Like otherwise, I can't really say like, while the game itself, maybe the pacing issues, I don't know, like the story, I don't know, but other than that, I think the game would have been really good if it had more time. So they really fucked up. The corporate side of CD Projekt Red, they fucked up. They knew what they were working with. They should not have included the PS4 and Xbox One, if I'm gonna be honest. I think that was the biggest. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like if they didn't, they would have more times to get the game all polished right, instead of like trying to make it work on the fucking system. Like it's too much. There's too much going on. It's a very ambitious game, and I can definitely see that. But
like,
go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, I say go.
No. You can take it from there if you want to say something. Yeah.
I was gonna say like how I see it at the moment for the console portion of Cyberpunk. Everyone that has the game right now for the console version is pretty much has the early access of the game.
Oh yeah.
Where it's not, it's made, but it's not finished
complete,
yet.
Yeah, it feels like a beta. It definitely kind of feels like a beta. It feels like a
kind
beta.
Of like right now, Baldur's Gate at the moment, it's playable right now as early access, but people are bitching about it on Steam, saying that why isn't it finished? And it's like, do you not see that little blue square or oval saying early access.
Mm-hmm.
Early access does not mean it's finished. It's still being, ironed out and polished.
Yeah.
Come on, kids. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like for me, I'm waiting until it's finished, but I'm hearing like from my other friend who's playing it right now, all the things that you can do in the game at the moment. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. When's it coming out? Oh, not yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. I can wait.
Yeah. Pretty much like it feels like a beta. Maybe like what's after beta? Like, whatever letter comes after that. But anyway,
Yeah.
it like in some parts it does feel like a complete game, but unfortunately with all the stuff going on, it's like it really holds it back, and so it became really bad to the point where Sony and even Microsoft now pulled it off from their digital store. It's that bad. Like they actually straight up like said no one's buying it. No one is buying from the stores. And on the digital side of things, anyway, you can still buy it physically, I guess. But yeah, and then also the CD Projekt Red and I guess both companies like Microsoft and Sony are allowing refunds now, like completely, like fully, like even the digital versions you're allowed to make refunds. And what's going on around that too of relating to that, CD Projekt Red may be facing class lawsuits of sorts, big, really like big lawsuits, because the investors, right, they put a lot of money into it, seems like, and they were promised with a lot of things, but then this happened. So it just seems like they are they missed those things off the checklist, right? So I mean, they are. It seems like the whole backlash, right, is making them look bad, or it makes them feel like they're not gonna get their money back and whatever, right? And so they're possibly facing some high class lawsuits. So it's looking really rough potentially for CD Projekt Red. Like they not only they have to work their ass off even more now, but they can possibly get screwed on the financial side of things if this actually goes through. So it's like it's looking really bad. Like honestly, like it's such a tragedy because like it's a lot of game. It's a game that a lot of people were looking forward to. And even myself, like I wanted this to be my first CD Projekt Red game, and I wanted it to be good, of course, right off the bat. But whatever it is, pressure from the community or the players that wanted to get this game, or maybe it might have been the pressure from the investors, right? It might have been pressure, or people can say all they think all they want, but I think it's just straight from CD Projekt Red that they made a decision. They knew what they're working with, they knew what was happening, and that they still, they pushed it out the door, and that it's bad. I think this is mostly on CD Projekt Red's plate. It's that's their bad mostly, not so much the fans and whatever. Like like okay, like fans can like berate all they want, they can complain all they want. At the end of the day, it's like it's not gonna affect. It's not gonna really affect your sales. People are gonna buy it regardless, right? Whether you release it now or you release it later, people are like, people were willing to wait for the most part, but they're gonna complain along the way. But if you release it later, it's more likely to be complete, and you're going to even make more sales that way, instead of like, oh, release it now because all the demand is high, that all time high or whatever, or it feels like at all time high. But yeah, they fucked it up. They got too greedy, and they wanted to include the PS4 and Xbox One players just to get those sales numbers right, and they fucked up because they included those people.
Like to me, I think they just folded under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of just wanted the noise to stop, and look what happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's a mess, man. It's a mess.
But at least they admitted it and stuff, and they're actually working their asses off, which
Yeah.
I feel for the employees is like, please don't run your employees to the ground to just fix something that should have been like fixed in a couple more months. And now you're trying to like squash everything like right here and there, and it's like, no, please don't. Just take your losses and just be nice. Be nice to your employees, please.
Yeah, what's done is done. Yeah. It really sucks because like another thing was that like I said, they knew what they're doing. They pretty much like did like it. They didn't even show off like what the PS4 and Xbox One versions looked like. Now that was like the big like sort of clue that people missed. So it's like, what was going on? Why it wasn't that being shown off? And that was why it was not finished. It wasn't working. It wasn't it looked like it wasn't gonna happen, but they released it anyway. And the fact that even like the people who are reviewing the game weren't allowed to review those versions. So yeah, they knew what they're doing. They knew like they were fully aware of it. I think that's the whole point of it. And unfortunately, everyone at CD Projekt Red now are facing the consequences, including the people that didn't make the decision, that they're not control of. They have to also get the hate that's coming to them, and like all the negativity and stuff like that, just because the big boys they're way too greedy on that. So it really sucks. It really sucks. It's a big tragedy. It definitely is a disappointment to me in that sense, that the game could have been way better and stuff like that. But I will say though, like I have to mention this too. There are a lot of even with all the bugs and stuff like that, whatever, like that's happening, sure, but there are a lot of things that were promised for the game's features but weren't met. So there's a list right here in the Reddit, right, showing like what was like promised versus what didn't happen. So for example, like a lot of people were complaining about the police. Like, oh my god, the police are so bad in this game, dude. Like the AI in general is pretty very wonky, but the police are just so like it's just very inconsistent. Like, so like for example, right, like I'm just walking by, I didn't do anything, and then and put that into context. I didn't kill the police. I didn't mess with the police. I'm in fact cleaning up the streets, whatever, right, with these random encounters, these other gang members, right? I'm fighting them.
Yeah.
But for some reason the police were just like they got the eyeball symbol above their head, above their whatever, right? And they go, and you get the alert sound like bloop, like it's pretty much like the Metal Gear sound, right? And then they're just like opening up fire, and they're like blasting my ass. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, what are you doing? Like, what did I do? What did I do? Like, they're just blasting my ass. Like, it's like that Danny DeVito meme. He's like, so anyway, I was blasting. Like the picture.
So anyways,
I started blasting. Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell did you do? It's like you walked in my hitbox area. Yeah. That's why.
That's pretty much what it seemed like, right? Like, I didn't do anything. Like, what the fuck, dude? And it sucks because right outside of your personal apartment, where you can like sleep in your bed, you can restore yourself, right? You walk out of the door, there are two cops right there. They're always right there, like with the same like animation, like like they're arresting this random gang member. Like, it's that same animation, dude. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you guys still here? Like, just get out of here. And then they see me, and they're just they're like staring at me, and then the boop pops up, and then they fucking fire at me. It's like, what the fuck? Like, no,
because they know you were gonna do something sketchy.
Oh, do I look sketchy? Am I sus? Am I sus, dude?
Yes.
Am I sus?
They played Among Us. to hit that emergency button.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that alone is pretty bad, right? Like they're supposed to be like all intelligent or whatever, right? And then
Okay.
yeah, right. And then
Slow down, kid. Intelligent.
yeah, and then like not to mention they're supposed to be like corrupt cops, right? That whatever, like if you get this many stars, they actually hire like hitman or something like that to like get you or whatever. Like they like operate under the rug or whatever, right? Under the table sort of thing, to make it seem like more immersive, like more like what I mean, like very interesting, but also like there's just like a lot of things that were promised but weren't delivered, right?
Yeah.
Even like the RPG elements, the sort of like the perks you get aren't really like that interesting. There's like a lot of them like with the weapons and mods and parts that you get, right? Don't really do much other than it increases your crit rate by this percentage. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really do anything else. Like, all right, it doesn't activate this perk or it enhances this perk or something like that. I don't know. Like there's not a whole lot of interesting things going on, when it comes to that. Oh yeah, and then talked about the NPCs like being unique, right, with their AI, and they have their like own unique daily routine. Like, yeah, right. Like what? Because whenever you like pull out a gun or weapon or whatever, or you do something to someone, they just crouch and duck. They're just like, oh, like this, like they don't run away or they don't do anything else. Like they're just kind of just like that. So it's like, yeah, I gave like if you compare it to GTA, this seems like really lifeless, And of course, GTA with Rockstar, they have a lot of experience with that, sure. But if you compare the two, it's like, man, it really makes Grand Theft Auto like more look like high tier, like fucking high standards, right? Like very high standards in comparison. Also, the customization is not that deep. Like, you can change around your hair, your teeth, right? But for a game that is supposed to allow you to swap out parts and arms and stuff like that, you can't have a robotic arm. You can't have like metal skin. You can't have like I don't know, different colored skin or whatever. Like, you can't mod yourself for a game that's about modding your body. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you can't modify your look of your guy or gal, whatever.
Because you're modifying the wrong area.
I mean, yeah, there's a penis and everything, right? But it's not really much to the penis. It's like, all right, you have a small penis, you have a big penis, you have a default penis. That's about it. Oh yeah, you can have it uncircumcised and circumcised. All right. All right. Cool. All right. All right. Thanks. But you don't give me the option to like have a robotic arm and shit like that, look like Big Boss from like Metal Gear Solid, right? Like, what? All these motherfuckers have robotic legs, robotic arms. I want to look like that. I want to look cool like them, right? Like, but you can't do that. You cannot do that. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can't, like, your hands can get robotic because when you equip like there's this thing called gorilla arms where you can like punch people and like it gives you more power, right? But the hands change when you like put in more different parts and stuff like that. Like, if you want to put like an electric element on your hands, they look different, right? For example, but beyond that, you can't like. Yeah, you just can't customize the look of your guy. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I want to be part of this world that much more, but you can't. Even though this is a game about modding yourself, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Like,
go ahead.
What I thought that all the modding stuff, like, I thought it was like, oh, so it's kind of like, I want to say Ghost in the Shell, like how they get to mod their own physical bodies and stuff. Have biometric eyes or this and that. So I was like, oh, so you can actually be like the Major or Bato or I don't remember the other character's name because it's been that long since I watched the series.
Yeah, like you can't be a robot. Like you only be this generic. Like he's a cyborg, but he's not a cyborg that how you envisioned and stuff like that. Sure, there's the outfits, whatever, right? You can customize there, but yeah, it's like very minimum. Like it's a very bare standard, right? Very bare minimum. There you go, the bare minimum. Like you can get this cool looking jacket, but you gotta but if you want the better stats, you gotta get this you gotta put on that generic ass looking fucking vest. It's like, all right, well, great. Can I transmog? Nope. Nope. No transmogging right now. Sorry. If you want the better stats, you gotta look like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, or you gotta look like a fucking normie or whatever. It's like, but I wanna look like this guy. I wanna look like this guy, right? But I can't because this jacket sucks now. It got power creeped. Whatever. You know what I mean? Ugh. But anyway, oh no, even the game didn't have bugs and glitches right now. If the game came out right now with all the bugs and glitches gone, there's still things that are left out from the promises they wanted to do. But yeah. I mean, with that said, it's still fun. It's still really fun. I still want to play it. I still want to go through the story. I think Johnny Silverhand is really cool and interesting, right? Keanu Reeves is very charismatic. He doesn't really have a lot of range, sure, of like emotions, but it's still Keanu Reeves. Like yeah, he's like, whoa, well, fuck, pretty much. And then like when he's supposed to sound mad, he just kind of sounds the same. You know what I mean? But it's Keanu Reeves. Like you love the guy. Like it's cool. The characters are interesting. The world, the side quests are actually really interesting in terms of like story and such. I think that's like one of the. I think that's a bigger highlight than the story itself. But the story itself is still pretty good. Yeah, it's those parts are really good. It's just the video game side of things. While it is fun, there are still a lot of things that haven't been added to the game where they were promised. I think there was still there's something in the combat, right, that was promised, but I forget what it is exactly. But anyway, yeah, I think we get the point. Overall, it sucks. There's a lot of drama going on with that, and it's a big disaster. I think this is literally the biggest disaster of all time when it comes to like the ratio of like anticipation to what it is now. The reality, the expectations versus reality. I think it's such a big gap that I think this is the most disastrous sort of video game launch there is. I know there's fucking E.T., right, from like the old days, from the Atari, right? I don't know how much that anticipation was there, right? And that's that was like regarded as like the worst game of all time, but at the same time, it's like who was looking forward to that game, right? So I don't know the ratio and stuff like that of expectations versus reality. But for when it comes to this game, expectations were high. But oh boy, the reality is a big miss. It needed more time in the oven. It's I think that's the big takeaway from here. So,
and then I guess final words.
Yeah.
For Cyberpunk, which kind of like made my friend stop playing the game for like a good hour.
Mm-hmm.
Was when I first saw him playing it. And when I first saw Jackie, I was like, "Oh look, it's Gibraltar from Apex." He cut the feed so fast and left Discord, and I was like, "What happened?" I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah.
Hello. It's like, "Hello." Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Did I ruin the game?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, sorry. I know there's like we're supposed to move on, but there was one more thing I forget. I think it's cool that you can like select like the roles, right? So there's Corpo, Street Kid, and Nomad, right? I thought you were gonna like actually pick a gang, like like oh the tiger or something, like the Tiger Gang or whatever, and then there was the another gang. Like they were showing off a lot of gangs from one of the early trailers, right? But I don't know what happened to that. Maybe that was like one of those promises that weren't kept. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. By the time I'm done with the game, that's probably when the big updates come out anyway. It's like, ugh, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to Cyberpunk at that point. But it is what it is, and I'll keep playing it till I'm actually done with the game. With the story and all the side quests and stuff like that, the collecting and stuff. We'll see about that. Hopefully the expansions will justify me coming back, but if there are any expansions in the future, we'll see. All right. Anyway, that's all the Cyberpunk that I got for now. So yeah. Up next, good news for another game, or for a certain game that we mentioned earlier, was Genshin Impact. It is getting that update 1.2. Not gonna go everything over with the update of what you're getting.
Give me back my fucking $300.
Oh my god, why'd you do that, dude? Oh my god. You gotta spend that $300 on
Wagyu beef?
Wagyu beef? Yeah, dude, that's food.
Yeah. But nope.
Why'd you do that? Like I don't understand. I'm not gonna go there.
He asked really nicely.
Oh, I'm gonna give you one extra kiss. Is that what it is? Like, oh my god, dude. Like, anyway. Okay. So anyway, so obviously you're gonna get a new world or new region, excuse me, which is more like ice themed or snow themed, and with that, naturally, you're gonna deal with some elements with like the cold weather and stuff like that. So there's like actually things that will keep you warm. There's a gauge that will pop up to, hey, like you're cold, you're gonna start to lose HP if you're too cold. So you gotta warm yourself up with something. There's like, torches throughout the region for you to light up and get warm and stuff like that. There's like drinks to get you warm, and stuff like that. There's also gonna be more updates, right, for the game itself, like the gameplay and stuff like that. The event that's going to come along with that update will not require resin, which, for those who don't know already, is the stamina of the game. So, previously I complained about the resin, right? And the previous event required resin for you to use in order to just play the event. So they stopped doing that for this one anyway. So that's actually a really nice change. Hopefully they keep doing that. And also, I think they're going to implement that update where every time you ascend someone, you get more gems, which is actually really nice. So more roles every time you just play the game. You level up your character, you ascend them and stuff like that. So actually pretty nice. So I think for all the other characters that you've already ascended, all those gems will come to you. So that's like really cool. I hope that happens. But anyway, there's a bunch of like rewards, right, for playing the event, like a new weapon and sorts. There's of course new variations of the monsters, right? Naturally. What else that's worth mentioning? Of course, yeah. There's a new story, right, that comes along with that. New characters like Ganyu and Albedo. Albedo is gonna come first. I know Ganyu is like the real waifu, right? Like she got the dragon horns and everything, right? I know. Like I understand, right? She's pretty good looking, right? A lot of people want her, not just for the waifu material, right? But she's actually like potentially going to be a really good character, a cryo bow user who does AOE damage, right? AOE cryo damage, along with Albedo, who does AOE geo damage. So this one is probably gonna be pretty big. Another big one for the Genshin Impact players, and even relating to that, they're buffing some characters like Zhongli. Zhongli was, I guess, okay for a 5-star character, but not good enough. So just to justify, I guess, the roles and stuff like that, they're actually buffing him. Like a lot of his stuff now is based off of his HP. So if you raise up his HP, his stats are gonna be good, right? Including his abilities. So and of course they're buffing also his abilities as well. Like for example, when you put out the pillar, you have armor throughout your animations, or invincibility in your animation, instead of getting knocked out of it constantly. So that was, like, I guess, a complaint people talked about, and they're addressing it. So that's actually pretty good, that they're listening to the community, and they're getting most of those done. And yeah, so that's like pretty much what I got from the top of my head. There's like, I'm pretty much sure there's a lot more to it than that. But that's the basics of it. You're getting a new region, new characters, new updates to the gameplay. There's a new event. You can farm and get new stuff from that. Good stuff. So, anything else I need to mention? Not really so much that, haven't mentioned already. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's because you're asked to give $300 to your boyfriend, whatever. Like, anyway.
I mean, at this point in his, I want to say, gacha career,
Yes,
he still has no right to bitch about, like, oh, I spent this much money, or the drop rate sucks. Well, you and I play other type of gacha games where it really, really sucks.
Yeah. We have to say that and say it again. It's other games are way more nasty than that. At least, like, the pity system in this one is actually, like, okay. If the pity counter actually carries over to the next banner. So if you don't meet the pity in this one, you're gonna hit the pity on the next banner. Like, wow, that's actually pretty good. So eventually you're gonna get a 5-star, right? Like, no matter what. So, or a 5-star or 4-star, whatever it is. That's actually really cool in comparison to, like, Fate Go. Fate Go is so bare minimum. Like, still, it's sad in comparison. it's very barren.
You want to take a comparison of RNG Jesus? This man here got the moth guy off of a ticket pool, one pool.
No, it was 110 pool.
110 pool. Mm-hmm. Okay, 110 pool. This man.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go through $80, which is 167, plus, like, other quartz that I had left over from going on another banner weeks before. So yeah, you people pulling on Genshin, don't you dare say your RNG pulling in that game is bad.
Yeah.
Because out of everyone of our little circle here that plays FGO, they can get characters. I'm the one stuck with CEs, craft essence.
You know what's funny? I did a free 10 roll, or not free 10 roll, but, like, I had free gems to do a 10 roll on Fate Go. Guess what I got? I got an MP2 Quetzalcoatl now.
Look, he got his waifu
twice.
I still cannot get my fucking bone grandpa.
Oh man.
Skip. Already angry.
Yeah, I understand. All right, so that's pretty much it on Genshin Impact. New updates coming. It is coming soon. Like 23rd, right? The 23rd, it'll come.
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, and then
I cry now.
there will be a 5-hour maintenance period, and so we gotta wait. And by the time it's done, hopefully we'll get some gems out of that too. But anyway, there's a lot of good stuff coming along the way. So, all right, so that's that on Genshin Impact. Now we're back to the shitty news again. Unfortunately, we're gonna teeter-tottering, right? But hey, that's just how it is.
Skip.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. So we didn't talk about this until now. Nintendo has been like really, I don't know, I mean, actually, I don't know if it did. I don't know. Anyway, Nintendo, for those who don't know already, previously, so they kept canceling the Melee stuff, right? And also, some Smash tournaments, but specifically they canceled the online stuff, right? There was a Melee tournament going to be going on in Big House, and then we did talk about that because Big House, that came into mind. Anyway, so previously Big House was canceled because they were gonna use like a modded version or whatever, right? With Slippy Slippin', right? Which is the netcode modification to for like a game that's being emulated, right? For a good online experience. But Nintendo, being Nintendo, wanted to cancel that because it defaces. I guess it kind of like defaces like Melee or whatever or something like that. The game, that how they see it or whatever, it like defaces it for them or whatever. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's something along those lines, right? It kind of defaces those values, so they didn't like that, so they canceled that. They also now canceled, or not now, but like previously after that, they canceled a Splatoon tournament because they pretty much wanted to support the cause, like, hashtag free Melee and hashtag save Smash in general, because even Ultimate I think had some problems too. But anyway, Ultimate and also Melee, they wanted to show support for that from the Splatoon community, so they wanted to put those hashtags in their names. Nintendo didn't like that, so they wanted to live stream the finals of that event. So let me put up the Twitter here. So there's a tweet, right, saying they wanted to show support during the weekend, right, and Nintendo canceled the finals of that event. So basically, what happened was the people who were going to play pretty much like stepped out. They're like, fuck it, we're not gonna play anymore. So the event itself didn't even happen, right? Whether the live stream was gonna go on or not. And another tournament was held up or set up for the Splatoon community. They set up their own tournament, and I'm gonna pull up the tweet now, or picture here, saying they literally had the largest prize pool in the history of Splatoon, right, in their community. And Nintendo supported Splatoon to a certain degree. They had tournaments going on, I guess, which I didn't even know, was aware about. They on their own had more money, were given more money in the prize pool than Nintendo would ever been given, or would have ever given to them. It was the most viewed stream for a Western grassroots event for Splatoon. It was organized overnight, and all without Nintendo. So
Jesus.
Yep. So without Nintendo, they even did better than them. They did better without them. So it really goes to show of how much, even if Nintendo does these events, how much they half-ass it. It's just kind of like, just give a little crumbs. That's pretty much it. Even people from the ARMS community have had something to say about that too. Like they don't even like, conform to like what works in competitive aspects of things, right? But instead they just wanted to run the tournament their own way. They don't like listen to the community, seems like, to make the game or make the tournament better, right? The competitive aspect better. So for example, like even in Smash, like Smash Ultimate, they have items on. Like people don't want items on, but they I guess, force you to have items on. For example, that's the kind of thing that they treat also to the ARMS community, I think, right? So yeah, so there's another canceled tournament, right? Thanks to Nintendo. Also, funny enough, right after that, a lot of the Smash players started to play Splatoon 2, and they're starting to have fun with it just because they actually were willing to give this a try, because of how much the Splatoon community actually supports the Smash community. So they wanted to give back in a way by giving this game attention. Like here, for example, look at this player right here. It has free melee as their hashtag on on their art. And yeah, it just really goes to show of how much they support each other now against this whole stupid cause from Nintendo. On top of that, Nintendo also went out their way to cancel or pretty much cease and desist a seller, just this one seller that was selling these Joy-Con shells that was trying to dedicate Etika, and they were raised for charity, right? The profits were going to go to a charity of sorts. I'm thinking I'm assuming just suicide awareness, right? Prevention's charity, right?
Yeah.
For Etika, right? It was literally just a shell. It wasn't even modding the Joy-Con itself, right? You have to buy the Joy-Con in order to, to even have the thing. It's not like he's modding it to make his own Joy-Con. It's just a shell of a Joy-Con. So you can't even have. There's no point of the shell of the Joy-Con unless you buy the Joy-Con straight from Nintendo. So it's what I mean? So, so Nintendo, for whatever reason, they didn't like that, even though there are a lot of other storefronts or a lot of people setting up those Etsy storefronts where people sell a bunch of trademark shit. Nintendo didn't even pay attention to those. So if you shut down those ones also with this guy, okay, then I can definitely understand that, right? It makes more sense, I guess. But it seems like they specifically targeted this one guy. And he's trying to just do it for charity and stuff like that. But I guess that was still not enough for Nintendo or someone at Nintendo to take back the cease and desist. And so now this guy is stuck with all these Joy-Cons that he can't sell anymore, right? Although, I guess it came to light that using these trademarks such as the word Nintendo Switch is trademarked. The logo of the Joy-Cons are also trademarked. Joy-Con is trademarked. Wii Fit, Grookey, Scorebunny, Sobble, the Pokemon logo, the Pokeball logo, and I guess the word Pokemon is also trademarked. But I don't know. With all that said, I think it's just one of those things where, yeah, you are within your legal rights, I guess. You have the paperwork, sure, but is this something you want to do? You know what I mean? And they don't give a fuck, and people are mad about that because it's dude, it's not really going to harm your cause or whatever, harm your profit, whatever. It's just one of those things. Yeah, sure, you are right to do it, but is it really the right thing to do?
It's like you do this, there's gonna be repercussions of your action, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you prepared to get that backlash?
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah.
Which apparently they were prepared for it, so whatever at this point.
And they still, I guess they still acknowledge that Joy-Con drift is not a thing.
Dude, what's that?
Yeah, what's that? I don't see no problem. Joy-Con drifting? I don't see that happening.
Ours are good. It must be yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like you gotta buy a new one.
Yeah. There was
for $7.
Yeah. It's like $80 or something like that for like a pair, right?
Oh, okay, no.
Man, yeah, it like there was like a period where left and right you just heard Nintendo being like a really shitty company. So it really seemed like they were really dropping the ball left and right, you know. Well, there's one more thing I do want to mention, or two things, sorry. One of them was Giva Sunner, sometimes going by Siva Gunner, depending on what kind of account he's whatever. He has a lot of accounts, so that's why it's a little confusing. But nonetheless, he is known to have like mashups of Nintendo music, but also just he has a lot of Nintendo music in general, like just the raw versions on in his library on YouTube, right? And that was like a lot of people went to this channel for the music, you know, because there's nowhere else to get the music. Nintendo doesn't even have it on Spotify or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? And yet they went out their way to get this guy too. Like really? You know what I mean? You do this, yeah. You know, again, it's within your right. Sure, I guess it's your stuff. But if you're gonna do that, like, where's the replacement? Where's your replacement for this type of stuff? There's no Spotify for this, all this stuff. You're not even selling the CDs. So where would we get this? You know what I mean? There's no way for us to just have access to this music. That's like really good. You know, it's wonderful. It's like one of the most memorable things of our time, our childhood and stuff like that. Well, we can't listen to it unless it's through YouTube, you know, and that's pretty much it. Or just playing the game, but sometimes these games are hard to access and we just want to listen to the music. So it's like, well, I mean, if you're going to do something like this, then you gotta have something that's from you, you know. If you're gonna take all the music away, where's your contribution of the music to, you know, the your fans? Where's the access from you? You know what I mean? Where's the Spotify? Where's the Google library? I don't know, wherever it is, right? Apple Music, I don't know. Yeah, obviously a lot of people were bothered by it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, where's all the stuff from Spotify, you know? Yeah, just a lot of stuff like that. It's like just not even just sit right with a lot of people. This is the simple way to put it. A lot of people who are against the cause, right? The haters, I guess, of the situation, are just like, oh, but Ultimate's fine, right? Not really, actually. Oop. Because you know they just thought they were going after Melee because Melee is an old game. You know, that's whatever. You know, whatever, right? But even the current game that's being put money into, especially with the DLC with Sephiroth and whatever.
Yeah.
They cancel tournaments for that shit too. Like, or not just that. They don't even have an esport for that, or they don't even allow a legitimate tournament to happen. They're playing it by how they're playing it with the thing that they're provided. So, you know, with the shitty netcode and everything, like like they can't even do that because apparently there was a organization or a college where they wanted to give their students like a scholarship through esports, right? And they're gonna have Smash Ultimate involved, so supporting the Smash community, they're gonna support the students, right, by merging the two together, right? You know, you get it, right? I think they're gonna like start a league of sorts, right, for Smash Ultimate, you know, for across other colleges, right? But of course, Nintendo, for whatever reason, they don't allow it, even though they're gonna go by what's being provided legally, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like the fact that they don't even let you do that. It's the fact that even Nintendo doesn't do that for Ultimate is like, that's such a spit in the face. You know what I mean? And like, they just think like just because they don't need the competitive esports aspect to try to bring in money, because they're a big company. They're already making money as is. So in their eyes, they don't need competitive esports to the point where they don't even allow it. you know. So it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it's Nintendo. What is you doing?
Yeah. Not to mention, on top of this whole thing, like this is kind of a tangent, but not really. Like Nintendo, has that expiration date pretty much on the to collect the Mario collection. Remember, like the 35th anniversary collection with Super Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, right? You know,
yeah.
It's like, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? Like, we're putting a fucking limited date on it. I was like, why would you do that? You know, just so you want to create that artificial demand for it. Like, dude, like no one's going out their way to fucking buy this shit. You know, it is nice, but it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, what if, you know, people want to buy it later when the whole COVID situation settles down, and then they have the money, and they're like, oh, let me try to get this collection. It's like, oh nope, it's past March. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's gotta wait for us to put it on the eShop, but who knows when that'll happen. But it would be nice to have this packaging, you know, the 35th anniversary, the gold logo and everything looks nice, but yeah, I couldn't get it. It's just dumb. A lot of dumb decisions coming from the corporate side of Nintendo, and I guess their legal team is really anal about it too. So yeah, we're definitely facing a dark time right now. I mean, you know, just gaming alone is facing a dark time. Despite, you know, these games are coming out during COVID, we get to play them and stuff like that. But yeah, man, what a year this was. You know, what a year this has been.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you know,
it's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Yeah, it's not over yet, folks. Still have a few days. Yeah, still have a couple weeks. Actually, literally, New Year's is almost next week. I just realized, but we're still in 2020, and we're not out of the woods just yet. You know what I mean? But anyway, there's still some good stuff.
We want to be. We want to be out of the woods, but we gotta keep trekking. Almost there.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, just keep doing our part, you know what I mean, and make sure this whole thing coincides. But anyway, there's still some good stuff, you know, for Smash Ultimate. Sephiroth was announced and he's gonna come out tomorrow as we record this, but he was out early access for the people who bought the pass, like myself. All you had to do is pretty much beat Sephiroth on any difficulty, and you got him, pretty much.
Yep.
Have you wait, do you have the pass first off? For Fighter Pass 2? And yeah, and then you have you unlocked him and stuff?
We boyfriend unlocked him for me because his Switch dock, for some reason, the USB ports on the side did not read my GameCube adapter. So
interesting. Okay.
So I just had the Pro controller, and I was just staring, and I couldn't play the game because, again, I'm not used to playing.
Yeah.
Pro controller, so I was pretty much going to. I have the controller. Oh, it's all the way there. I'm not gonna grab it. I was pretty much like, okay, let's pretend it's the Pro controller. How do?
how to Smash with Pro controller? Yeah.
So boyfriend unlocked him for me, and that was the day of his release, and I haven't played him yet.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
He's unlocked, but I just didn't have.
You haven't tried him out yet.
The time to. to try them out. But now, since again I'm on house arrest, woo!
Yep, you definitely have some time to do it. I'll say this as funny enough, I did a bit of a speed run on this challenge, but I got like 6.66 or 6.66 milliseconds, I guess.
I was like, use your words.
Yeah. In other words, I got around 6 seconds, right? With Min, but pretty funny. I think Ender had one with Byleth for like 7 seconds, something like that. So I was like, all right, let me see if I can get it a little faster. And then yeah, I managed to do that. It's pretty funny. I put it on Twitter. But having to try Sephiroth, playing with the guys for a little bit. I was starting to like figure out the feel of him, right? But at first he felt really weird and kind of clunky at first, because a lot of his attacks, man, is like the recover frames, you're wide open, man. You can't just like throw out a lot of the attacks. You can't just like throw out the big sword left and right, even though you still do. But it's just like that's just the majority of the audience, right? They just like to throw out mass smash attacks because it feels good. But anyway, he's particularly really slow on the recovery frames, so you gotta really be careful on that. Especially his his smash attacks in general. But with that said, he has a lot of coverage. He has a lot of good range. Very very beefy, very scary, because when you block, he does a lot of shield damage. So he's all about putting the fear into you, putting pressure on you, forcing you to block, in my opinion. And since a number of his attacks does a good amount of shield damage, he's gonna probably gonna get more shield breaks on the mid-level part of Smash. Anyway, a lot of shield breaks on that level. So if you're like one of the casual players, yeah, you're probably gonna see that a lot. If you're not too careful. So he's very scary in that sense. His side B is not to be fucked with. If you get hit with the shadow balls or whatever, the balls that orbit around you, with the finger snapping.
Don't you dare snap at me, boy.
You're forced to block, and or unless you time it good with the spot dodging, but you're gonna be most likely blocking, and then before even the balls even have to hit you, you're gonna get grabbed, and that's a setup right there. He has kill confirms from grabs, I think. I think you can do like a forward throw into either a fair or to instant bear or instant back air and stuff like that, or back air and into or back throw into back air. You know what I mean? Or up throw to up air. I think that's also a combo. Stuff like that. His up air is pretty scary. It does cover a lot, right? He just literally just like a rainbow. You know what I mean? And it is slow when he recovers, right? His up B is really slow on recovery, so you can't just throw those out, right? If you don't grab the edge, you're wide open, so I think he's fair. His one winged angel mechanic is pretty fair. But also in a way, like, it seems pretty powerful too, like, cause it's kind of like Joker's Arsene, right? Except that you can't camp it out. With Arsene, you can literally like run away from him and it'll disappear at some point.
Yeah.
One winged angel, you can't run away from it. He literally has it forever until he kills you. So there's no point of camping it out. You're just running the clock against you. So you're literally stuck with him. And whenever he gets the one winged angel, he's way more powerful. He's faster. He can hit harder, move faster. He can fall faster, so it's better for like short hopping and stuff like that. Supposedly his short hopping is the best from what I've been hearing, or at least really good. So if you want to hear like a tier list thing, I think people are saying he's high tier, definitely high tier already. If not, maybe like the lowest. What do you call S tier, I guess. Whatever the highest tier is on the Smash Ultimate list, but on the lower side of things. But yeah, he's not even out officially just yet, so who knows what other stuff can be uncovered. But in terms of like, as a character, I think he's fun. Like just a casual from a casual standpoint, I think he's cool. He feels powerful, but you can't just like throw out attacks. He's really slow on those parts. His movement is good. He can just fly through like cloud. His recovery is better in a sense than Cloud's because you can change his direction. You can charge up his up B to go higher, right? So you can go pretty low, and then when you charge it all the way up, you can grab the edge. But you have to practice with the timing and the charge, the feel, and all that stuff, the direction and stuff like that. But yeah, his counter is a little slow in comparison to like the Fire Emblem down Bs or counters. It's got some startup, so you can't just like throw it out up close and personal. You have to be a little farther away because the shield takes a little bit of time, but just enough time for fast characters to like bop them. So you just can't like throw them out up close. You have to be a little step back a little bit and then let the shield do it for you. And then yeah. So I guess people talk about his like shield out of shield options being limited, which is Nair. But Nair can, go into other stuff. So it's like, it's not the worst thing, I guess. But yeah, I guess, in that sense, his out of shield options is limited. So you just have that. That's his fastest move out of shield. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think he's cool as a character. I think he deserves it. He's a boss character, and I think we need more villains in Smash, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, he's cool. I wish they gave him a Vincent color, but I mean, hey, at least you have shirtless Sephiroth.
From all the skins I've seen of Sephiroth, I was like amazed that they missed the opportunity to give him his Kingdom Hearts 1 outfit.
Right?
I mean, I guess because it might have been like too much to animate or
something, yeah.
To just code also. Because again, if you look at how Kingdom Hearts, which I'm looking at right now, Sephiroth looks like, it's like that's a lot of feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give it to you. There we go. Like it looks cool. It's just now when I think about like how am I gonna if I was one of the animators.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Designers for the game.
Yeah, that's pretty busy.
How am I gonna make it flow correctly?
Yeah. I think they would have reduced the wings under it, by the legs, right? Or not have it there at all, because I think it would have been kind of confusing for like the hitbox and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to have it included,
Because it's funny that I think this Cydia, the recent one, has the Kingdom Hearts costume for it in that game. And I'm
Oh,
like,
the city. Yeah. Oh, okay. Huh.
like, wow, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, but who knows? Maybe they might give it later down the line.
Maybe that's a very strong maybe, but you know,
my dreams.
yeah. But what'd you think of the trailer though? The he got a CGI and everything. That was pretty cool.
Money was put into this.
Oh, definitely, dude. They want to get it right. Like,
money was put into this, and they kind of wanted to hammer it in. Hey, having children.
uh-huh.
Oh, and the video's kind of choppy.
Oh, is it choppy? Okay.
It beat the chop.
Let me see if I can just reset it. Hold on. Let me just refresh it. Give me a moment. Sorry.
Oh. Okay, stream's done. Thank you for coming.
I don't know if that did anything, but
I mean, when it's in a small player, it's good.
I think it's just Twitter
like,
being dumb, so I'm just gonna go on YouTube and play it. But yeah, I mean, you get the point. I mean, it's really cool. They put a lot of value to it.
Arnold Hobbit to Isengard.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
Yes. You're looking at my recent searches.
Panda Beat.
Yeah, why not? IGN or GameSpot, whatever. Let's go to here, right? Literally kills the final, the boss of World of Light. Because, you know, he himself is a boss. As soon as, okay, so as soon as the music popped up, Josh was like, "Wait, Sephiroth?" Like he knew right away, and it kind of took me a bit to like kind of realize like, "Wait, what?" And then him floating the sky, I'm like, "Oh shit, is it actually Sephiroth?" And yeah, dude, that shit was actually really cool.
Sephiroth.
I kind of want to, like, during this whole, like, that part where Cloud was, like, saying Sephiroth, I kind of want to go, like, see one of the other characters go, like, who's that?
Yeah.
Just under his breath going, like, my ex.
And then this subtitle right here is, like, really funny. I shall give Smash despair, even though that's not what he really actually said, but
Yeah.
it's just funny.
Hello, kitty.
Nice, letting the cat in, but you know, I actually have not tried the his stage stake, the wall cling, the thing that you can do with the sword.
The stage staff.
Yeah, hold on. He does it right there. Yeah, I actually have not done it yet because I don't think we've had stages where it's like, you know, all stage on the bottom. It's like all the floating stages. So I mean, I think you can do it. It's just like you have to kind of aim it a little better, but yeah, this is what's such a cool trailer, dude. The music and all, the stage. One-winged angel. Oh, that I forgot to talk about that move. That move is like really fun to land. Oh man, that explosion thing. Oh, look at that, dude. He just beats the shit out of fucking Bayonetta Angry Ninja. My god.
Why didn't she use Witch Time?
I don't know, dude. Oh yeah, this part, dude. Oh my god, this image right here, man. This shit is so funny.
Okay, when I saw that image, I was like, Jesus Christ, how many times are they gonna kill Mario? I mean, I guess the only one that was successful to kill Mario is Ridley.
Yeah, it's really, yeah. This is pretty much like an Advent Children fucking trailer.
Yeah, it was pretty much saying that, hey, remember Advent Children?
Yeah, the color and everything is just like Advent Children's funny.
Yeah, well, that scene where they're doing it is the complete version of Advent Children.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, the complete version. Okay.
Which I own.
Yeah, and then Cloud even gets the update on his Omni Slash when you pick his Advent Children outfit. So it's like the level.
Also, so it isn't just for Sephiroth?
I guess not. I guess it's when you. I think it's when you pick the outfit. In general.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I can test it out. Yeah, but regardless, this whole thing was really cool. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
They put a lot of love into it for the fans. And
I want to say, I bet you Square took over this trailer.
I think, yeah, they definitely took the wheel. Oops, I clicked that by accident. But they definitely like took the wheel. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right. Like Square pretty much said, "Hey, yes, we're putting Sephiroth in this game, but let us handle this trailer."
Yeah, yeah. The direction was so like Square Enix is really funny, really funny. But yeah, again, like who would have thought it was Sephiroth? Actually, who actually thought it was Sephiroth? You know what I mean? Like, no one was really saying his name like on Twitter. Like everyone's saying like, oh, it's Master Chief. Oh, it's Fortnite character. Or it's what was another one? Oh, Doom Guy, and like stuff like that.
Doom Guy.
I wanted it to be Scorpion because again, like I think he's a good pick. He deserves it because he was gonna represent the Western side of fighting games. But Sephiroth, I definitely take it. Like, he's a cool boss character. I get it. He's one of like the biggest video game villains of all time. He's kind of like Darth Vader in that sense. So yeah, very cool. Kind of sucks for the Kingdom Hearts fans. You know what I mean? But that
didn't mean it sucks. I didn't want fucking bitch ass in the game.
Also, the Mii costumes came out, right? And a lot of people were in shambles because of Gino, or whatever his name is a Mii costume. Is a Mii costume. Oh well, that sucks, but
oh dear, oh no,
oh dear, oh no. Like, I didn't even care Gino all that much. Like, I mean, I never played the Super Mario RPG, so I don't have that sort of attachment. You know what I mean? They're almost kind of like the Melina fans, for MK. Like, they were complaining about Melina, you know what I mean? And then now they're complaining about they were not complaining, but like they were really anxious for Gino to be in. Yeah. I don't know why. Like, what? Like, I don't get it. But maybe I just have to play the game to get it. I don't know. But yeah, Sephiroth. I think Sephiroth was a great pick. Overall. Meanwhile, wanted to bring this up too. The release date for the amiibos Banjo, Byleth, and Terry are coming out March 26th in North America. Same with Japan, and I guess for worldwide, I guess. I think they're still up for pre-orders. I don't know if they are available, but they had a pre-order thing going on. I managed to get mine from Target, so I am good. I'm set for that. And this one in particular, oh yeah, this is just Kirby with the Sephiroth hair. Well, it's cute. I wish the hair was longer, but that, I guess that would have been a little too much to ask, I guess. I wished it to be long. I mean, that would be funny, but Anyway, that's all there is to it. Sephiroth is great. He's fun, and he's a great addition. I think he deserved the pick. So very cool. All right, now on to some fighting game stuff. That was a leading into this fighting game stuff. Skullomania costume has made it into Street Fighter V. I think it's one of those like, yeah, it's an extra battle costume, so you have to play for it to get it. A lot of people now start to dismiss Skullomania as a pick, but you have to remember that Gil is also a costume for Urian, so that kind of dismisses that myth. But at the same time, the resemblance can be uncanny, so maybe it's too alike with Skullomania. So if you have Skullomania and G with the costume, then it might kind of fuck up things for the competitive side of things. So it might confuse the players and whatever. So maybe in this case is hurting Skullomania's chances to be in there, like a lot. But otherwise, yeah, there's a costume for G, because G does not have enough costumes in comparison to other characters, I guess. So there's that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and more on Capcom stuff, Luffy, the player Luffy, who was part of the community vote along with like Tokido, Punk, a lot of players. Luffy was the winner of the community vote, so that means he gets the last slot in Capcom Cup, so he gets a chance to compete there. That's cool. Luffy is the Armika player through and through, I think. He's also known to still play on the PlayStation 1 controller. I think even to this day. Yeah, so PlayStation 1 controller. Yeah. I don't think he uses an arcade stick that often. He doesn't even use the PlayStation 4 controllers. He uses the PlayStation 1 controller. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but he's still one of the top. It's amazing.
I know, it's like you don't question it.
Yeah, you do question.
You just accept it and go like, you know what?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You do you, sir.
Pretty much. That's pretty much the gist of it. More fighting game stuff. There were some new characters announced for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, this is a little more questionable, to be honest. I wasn't too attached to Super Baby 2 or whatever. Wasn't too into it. It's basically another Vegeta. I'm sorry. I mean, it does look unique, yeah, design wise, but if you want to be technical, it's another Vegeta. Because Baby took over Vegeta, and that's how he got the form in the first place.
Yeah.
He wants to eradicate all the Saiyans by becoming one.
Yeah, weird. Becoming a Saiyan. So it's like, so you're gonna kill yourself. Okay, got it.
You're implying that the Saiyans are powerful, but I don't know. Anyway, I guess he just wanted to use their own weapon against them. That sort of aspect, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
I guess, but to me, it's like
it is
when you look at GT. When you look at GT as a whole, GT is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's true.
But when you look at its villains, Baby sucks.
Yeah.
And that's in my opinion. I would rather had Omega Shinron.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again,
because his fight, it was stupid. 12. Was kind of more memorable than Baby's, because the only thing I remember from Baby's fight was him becoming a great ape. That's it, and I was like, oh, what else fights did he go through?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so bless you, by the way. He does have the great ape form as his level 3 or whatever, his ultimate, whatever. Now, with that said, I mean, yeah, it does look good. It looks like Super Baby. They did a good job preserving the character, right?
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah, it's just that it's Super Baby.
But what's more dumb is, like, if you go back to that line when he says, "I finally possess the most strong," right there, the strongest body in the universe. It's like,
yeah, Yeah, about that.
Like, if we don't put Super into the mix, it's like, you're not wrong, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
Because even though Goku was in his oh my Lord Jesus,
What?
did you not see his arm?
Oh yeah. The
Oh yeah, right there. Oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah, the smear frames. Yeah, right here.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
What's your name? But
Hi,
to
my name
me,
is
like,
Goku.
even though Goku is in his kid form,
Yeah.
he was still stronger than Vegeta.
Yeah, he's still Goku. Like like I don't know what he was thinking.
But again, him transforming to the great to the great ape, it was like, oh wow. Okay, you guys did your research, but just to let you know, that was the only highlight of that arc.
Yeah.
Of was him going like, I turned into big golden monkey, yay. So, okay. But, can I help you, little cat? Oh, you see her behind me?
Oh yeah.
She's judging.
I mean, admittedly, this is a cool looking like end screen with like his.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, like it's unique from the other ones. I can say that much. Yeah, but I felt like it should have been Omega Shenron.
Or at least, like, if they didn't want to go to the GT route with the last 2 slots.
Yeah.
Mr. Satan.
Yeah, Mr. Satan / Hercule would have been.
Hercule after Master Roshi would have been, to me, like, oh, good.
Yeah.
A good pick.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then for the last slot, I guess they can add him for the last slot or something. I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, that's not gonna happen because this is the last slot. With.
But if it was like,
if it
instead
was,
of Baby, it was Mr. Satan, then yeah.
Oh yeah. You're saying if they didn't take the GT route, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. But
look, everyone, it's another Goku.
Another Goku, another Vegeta with another Vegeta. Like, if you want to count Super Baby as another Vegeta, but yeah. I mean, you know, like SS4 or SS4 whatever. Like, immediately is a little cooler to me than Super Saiyan Blue because it's just literally just Super Saiyan with blue hair, right? At least this one looks a little more unique to me. Yeah.
I mean, to me, with the SS4, again, like, the most memorable fight that they had as a fusion was with Omega Shenron.
Yeah, Omega Shenron.
I don't remember him fighting using that form to fight Baby.
No, hell no.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It could be in the recess of my mind, just, you know, under lock and key, because it's like, it's GT. We don't speak of GT.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it really seems like they're really trying to incorporate GT in here too, with 2 GT characters just straight up like in this pass.
Technically 3. Kid Goku.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but in this pass alone, like, yeah.
Yeah, in this pass, yeah.
So Super Baby 2 will come out January 15th, and then Gogeta sometime after that. It's just coming soon, but yeah, we just don't know.
I'm gonna say March or May.
Yeah. Sounds like a reasonable assessment with COVID still rampant. I think but hopefully I think they'll do a pass 4, and then that's when they'll incorporate Satan finally. Oh, hello.
Are you saying monkey?
No. You probably said no. Sound like it. With that little growl. All right, we can definitely move on from that. A couple more stuff.
I'm working right now.
A couple more things. This is from Granblue versus. Trying to bring up the picture here, but point being, Yuel is out. She came out sometime. Let's just say in December, late December.
Mhm.
She's already out. So I mean, I haven't played it, but she's out. And the next character that's going to be announced is Anre or Anre, aka in Japan he's called Uno or Uno. He's one of the 12 Eternals. He's like one of those powerful warriors, I guess, right? So, he's being announced next, I guess, sometime in January of 2021. So yeah, I was hoping it would be Silva, like I've been saying. Hopefully, maybe these two slots, there'll be a Silva somewhere. Hopefully, that'd be cool. Yep, that's a fourth character in there. There's two more characters, and there was a big update on the Granblue Relink situation. Previously, in the beginning, the concept of things was started with Platinum Games, and then Side Games took over the rest of the development, and then now, pretty much the the release date or release window is looking like it's coming for 2022, as it says right here. Relink. So this is gonna be quite a bit of time. It's not even coming out next year, so there's that. Relink, for those who kind of forgotten, is the action game, again from Platinum Games, that started the development, and then Side Games took over, like I said. So yep, it's gonna have 4-player co-op, I believe, 4-player online co-op. So that sounds fun. Hopefully, it'll come out soon enough and have enough characters to, make it a good launch. So hopefully, that'll happen. Meanwhile, another update, for another game that a lot of people are waiting is Tales of Arise. Development is progressing well. Second half of the series' 25th anniversary year will be more exciting than the first half, according to Gematsu. I think it's coming out.
You see this platinum? They're giving us an update.
But I thought they already did give out an update. They just said the development is going well from like a year ago or something like that.
I know where you live.
Oh yeah, you have my address.
It's like, oh, do you?
Oh yeah. Oh really? No.
It's like, prove it. Okay, here's your address.
No! All right, we come to that point now. So first off, I would like to briefly mention about Monster Hunter Rise. Zawa here hasn't watched anything, so I will keep that out of respect. And so I'm just gonna briefly talk about what they did. Basically, they talked about most of the weapons, right? They had like weapon trailers for the game. Even the hammer is out, so I watched that one, and that one looks really good. The whole like silken thing mechanic gives it more bit of mobility options. You could go up in the air instantly, like nothing. You don't have to like climb up a thing and then jump off the thing and then do the aerial attack. You just silk line whatever, and then do your pizza cutter or the big hammer strike. Like it's really awesome. For example, that's just the hammer, for example. There's a couple new things for certain weapons too. I think the switch axe is one of them that's like pretty much the same, other than the silken line attacks or whatever it's called, silken. But some of them have some really cool things going on, so maybe I'll try those other weapons too. Now that there's good mobility options now in this game, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, but beyond that, not much else new. They just show off the weapons. So yeah. But there's something else relating to Monster Hunter that I want Zawa to talk about, which he did on his trip to Florida. He left. He left. Oh wait, but is he getting something? I don't know. Oh, he's bringing his cat to the mic.
Yeah, no.
So what's the verdict? What's the overall verdict, man?
It's passable.
Okay, all right, it's passable. I mean, I've asked you offline, yeah, but or I should say off the stream or off the podcast, but anyway.
Yeah. Since we are going to briefly talk about the Monster Hunter live action movie, this made me fucking laugh.
Let's see.
Look at that number of how much that movie made.
2.2 million? What?
So, say what you will. The story of the movie is a piece of shit.
Okay.
But looking at that earning, it's like, wow. What can you say?
Yeah, this is
Like,
just US, right? Worldwide it made
That's
10
just
million.
the US opening weekend.
Yeah, opening weekend. Yeah, that's actually pretty good for COVID and all that stuff.
Opening 3 days. In 3 days, it made that much. So it's like, something's wrong here.
Hey man, people wanted to watch this movie, dude.
Yeah, to me, this is like one of those movies. You know it's gonna be crap, but
Yeah.
it's that crap you need to just get a chuckle.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's like eating Taco Bell after eating like a whole bunch of like good food. Like you just want to eat Taco Bell to appreciate the other things more. But with that said, like Taco Bell is its own thing, and sometimes Taco Bell can be good on a certain day or whatever. So you make the time for these kind of movies, and sometimes you enjoy yourself, like having a good time, whatever. Like you laugh, whatever you want to talk shit about the movie or whatever it is. And I feel like this movie was gonna be that, but did you want to say any more about it, like without of course spoiling things? But yeah.
Well, let's just say they did show off some of the weapons
Cool. Oh, okay, good.
that are in the game. Tony Jaa pretty much is the hunter. Like you are Tony Jaa. Like if you were
I see.
any character, that Tony Jaa is you as the hunter playing all these weapons. Ron Perlman as the admiral. As the admiral. Oh my god.
Yeah. Admirable.
It was very admirable.
Yeah. No.
Like, oh my god. Like, I mean, I guess because he does have the face structure.
Yeah.
To match the in-game model, but to me, if they use a little bit more prosthetics or something, then he will actually look like him.
Yeah.
But I guess where the money went was towards the monsters, which was
And probably the weapons. Yeah.
And the weapons, because all the weapons are practical.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
The only CGI things from the weapons were like the glowing or releasing its power and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like the demon mode or whatever from the dual blades. Yeah.
And then but the monsters were pretty accurate.
Oh wow.
To how they would look like from World, but give an extra oomph in the graphics. Like to me, that was like one of those saving grace. Like, you did your guys' research, or you put the money in the right place for once.
Nice.
But overall, again, the story doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But then when you think about it, because the movie tries to um, slap it in your head if you do play Monster Hunter. It's pretty much World. It's Monster Hunter World, so it kind of pounds it into your head
Oh, okay.
that all these characters are from Monster Hunter World.
Okay. Tell me this though. Did you hear about the controversy that involved with China not?
I heard about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Did I see the video of it that people posted? No, because I didn't feel like it was worth, or it would have been like a factor of me going like, ooh, because you did this. I'm not gonna.
Right. No, okay, no, I see what you're saying. But
But-
did the line was that line still in the movie?
Still there? No, like I from what I read about where it was supposed to take place. Like I was preparing myself to go like, but then it was like, oh, I guess did we pass it? We did. Okay, we passed the scene. Oh, okay. Ta-da!
They probably like patched it out or something. Huh? They patched it out, man. They updated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monster Hunter 1.01. Yeah. I mean, that's what happened with Cats, the movie, with they because they want to like fix the faces and stuff like that, or the CGI. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
But did you want to like say anything more about the movie, or that's pretty much like the gist of it?
Well, after we watched the movie, like we were just making fun of it because again, it's like when you watch the movie, both my boyfriend and I's brains were in Monster Hunter mode, going like, "Wow, all those hits should have been a cart."
Yeah.
And then like at the final battle, there was like so many hunters getting carted. I was like, this quest should have been like over right now.
Yeah.
Wow, this this quest is being very generous.
Yeah, because there's only like what 3 feints in the game, and then like usually 3 feints, and then this movie is just like we're gonna allow this is a raid pretty much. It's a raid, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was pretty much. And then like the way it ended kind of like shows that if it makes money, which clearly freaking did.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, let me check what was the total.
Oh, it's just 60 million right here.
60 minutes. But what was the the budget?
And the budget is 60 million.
And then, but what's the total earnings? So like what, 12 million?
12 million so far. So
Shit,
they're
almost there.
It already made a fifth of the budget from the weekend.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get is that it hints that it wants to make a sequel.
I think once
and
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like, if the sequel is gonna be made, I'm not gonna hold my breath, but it's kind of like to the point of like, where are you gonna go with this?
Interesting. Probably just gonna shove in more monsters.
Because again, I just don't want to see this film franchise.
Yeah.
Become another Resident Evil where it's fucking grinded to the ground.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
To me, with the Resident Evil live action movies, I only liked 1 and 2. Everything else was like, oh, you exist.
All right. Question. So, did you feel that from the trailers and stuff like that, and all the marketing stuff like that, did they do a good job portraying what you're going to see from the movie? Right, in comparison to what you actually saw from the movie, did the marketing do a good job of showing what to expect?
Okay, so when you say the the marketing and stuff. I'm gonna say the international marketing did a better job selling the movie than the the US
The Western,
version.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, the Western. Because remember, we saw the Western version
Yeah.
trailer, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, there's an international. Why is this one much better?
Yep. Mhm.
So I want to say, yeah, the international marketing did a much better pitch than the Western version.
Yeah, because
Which I don't know why.
I noticed that a lot of the Western uh fans or commenters or whatever were mostly thinking it was gonna be like a military movie, right? Because the way
Yeah,
they showed off the military.
yeah.
But
But that's the thing with Western like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those big movies that will instantly sell to us Western. You show us military, and then boom.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about that movie. The military aspect, it did not overshadow the
actual monsters.
the monsters.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what it's like. That's what I thought too. Like, it's like I thought, they're just showing the military, right, to as like a measuring stick to the monsters, right? Pretty much like, yeah, it's a way for us to connect, like, make it part of like, oh yeah, America, and then connect that into Monster Hunter, and then show that Monster Hunter is not is something you don't fuck with, with the military or whatever, and so shit like that. So okay, that actually made things a lot better for me to expect. So when I eventually go see this, on video demand,
do I recommend you guys to watch it right now? If you have the extra money.
Right, extra money, but if you're willing to, to go out to theaters at a time like this, would you recommend the film in that sense?
I would. Like, again, it's that film that you need that chuckle in your life because of the
COVID.
current year's situation and stuff.
Okay.
But would I recommend you to go to like to those theaters to have like the surround sound and stuff? That's all on you, because we went to Epic Theaters. I don't know if California has that theater.
I don't think so. Probably it's probably a East Coast thing.
Yeah, so Epic Theaters that we went to, it's pretty much like that grand theater that has the the recline chair and the surround sounds and stuff. So
like the IMAX, all that stuff, the IMAX.
Yeah,
screen.
like it's pretty much like a good IMAX. So if you go to like an IMAX theater that has everything in it,
yeah.
Let's just say yours, if the people working did not balance out the audio, they're going to ring when those monsters roar.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit. Hearing Diablos, like I teared. I was like, oh my god, you used the actual game audio, but then after that like bliss moment, I was like, oh god, my ear. It's like I need high grade earplugs.
Oh, nice.
I didn't slot it into my gear. I'm sorry. I'm a fool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You didn't. Oh man. The what's that?
I didn't have my charm.
Yeah. The charm. The ear deafening charm.
Yeah. It's like I didn't have the charm in. I'm sorry.
Earplug charm. There you go. Yeah. Earplug charm. Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, I'm deaf now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm staggering doing this right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If it's possible for you to give, a rating like out of 10, what would you give it?
6.
A 6? Okay. I mean, but what do you consider average? Is it like 5, like right in the middle, or is it a 7? Like, would you consider a 7 to be your average?
No, well, for this movie or for in general?
Or in general, like what's like Uh,
Okay, in general, an average score I'll always give is a 7.
okay, but so you gave it a 6 here for Monster
Yeah,
Hunter,
like
so therefore,
because it's passable,
uh,
but it's not like that oh my god you need to watch it. It's just that go watch it if you need that chuckle or you just need to look at something else instead of outside your window or what's happening in the news and stuff.
got it. Okay, okay, all right. That's a fair assessment coming from someone
And
who's a big fan of Monster Hunter, the veteran Monster Hunter player out of all of us.
it's my bet card.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much the gist of it. Oh, so I mean, I guess one more question. How was Mila Jovovich? Like, how was she? I guess.
I don't know. My brain kept calling her Alice.
Oh yeah. Because Resident Evil. Yeah.
Resident Evil. Because I'm sorry, like when she acts, like it doesn't matter the settings. It's kind of bland.
Oh, is it just one note?
Like she has some good like moments that she shows emotion and stuff, but it's like when she speaks and stuff, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this the 90s? Is this English dub 90s?
Yeah.
But again, I don't falter because where to me, if you watch the movie, you're not supposed to like go like, oh, that's the character you're supposed to
Invest your
bond
bond way, yeah.
with or stuff. I mean, you could, but I bonded more with Tony Jaa's character.
The hunter, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, who is just called the Hunter, and then there was Rob Perlman, which my boyfriend just fucking. Thank God it was just me, our party, and then like another party, but where we were sitting were like rows away.
Okay.
He kind of yelled out, "Like, oh my God, it's Hellboy!" And I'm like, I was like, "You're not wrong, but shut up."
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
But I do have a lot of critiques of the movie. One of my main critiques was the Meowscular chef.
Oh,
I don't mind how he was designed. It's just its voice.
oh,
Like it sounded like Nala.
oh.
Like it kept meowing, and I'm like, I'm expecting like from the game it goes.
Oh, yeah. Because you're talking about that cat. Okay. I get you. Okay.
Chef.
Yeah, the chef. Yeah. Okay. And I remember now. Yeah. Okay.
It has that gruff, deep voice. In the movie, it was like,
yeah.
it's like wrong thing. You're thinking of the actual palico that follows you,
Mm-hmm.
not Mr. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah. What were your other like main points of criticism?
Well, if we put it as a hunting quest, they took way too long to kill the Diablos. So I'll let you figure out why they took too long.
Okay.
Whereas, if they use another weapon, it could have killed it faster.
Okay. Well, most important.
And,
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I guess when they actually, finally overcame the Diablos, my boyfriend pulled out his freaking watch and started to time them of how long they're gonna take to carve, and I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, they're not gonna carve anything. Oh my god, they are.
Oh wow! So they even actually do the carving. Okay, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, they did carving because I didn't think they were gonna go to that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're not. Oh my god, they are. Well then.
Well done.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
So it
But
seems
yeah.
like it seems like Anderson did enough research to to make it a passable Monster Hunter film.
Mhm.
And I guess it doesn't do that thing
Like,
where like the legendary Godzilla films. It only shows Godzilla for like
yeah,
12 minutes
it did not do that.
okay,
Like,
okay.
but what's more funny, speaking of Godzilla, if you can read what's next to Sony Pictures Entertainment, what's that company right next to there?
Wait, what?
Okay, right there. You see Sony Pictures Entertainment in green?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, what's that company right next to them?
Toho. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so when I saw Toho, I was like, so are you saying that Monster Hunter World is part of Godzilla's universe?
It
So
could
we can
be.
see Godzilla
Yeah, I guess it
just
could
walking
be,
in the
right?
It's like, oh, look, it's Godzilla. Japan, what are you doing?
Dude, if they actually, I mean, this is unlikely, sure, but if they actually do like a Monster Hunter crossover with Godzilla, like for a film, like a actual like legitimate movie, I'm gonna fucking explode, dude. Like I would blow up, dude.
Did that? I'll be like, please don't kill him. Do not carve.
They're not gonna.
Do not
They ain't
carve.
gonna carve that motherfucker, dude. He's gonna carve them. Or
He's gonna have his own great sword.
he's gonna Godzilla have his own armor and his own great. No, he's a dual blades. He's dual blades. He's gonna go.
but yeah, again, like it, it's again to end
To end it, yeah.
if,
To
like,
wrap it up.
Anderson put the money in the right place. It could have been spread it out to other places for the film, but to me, where he put it was towards the weapons of making them practical. Thank fucking God. Because if they were CGI, I think it would have bombed hard. And on the monsters and the locale and the environment, so he kind of like put it in the right places.
Mm-hmm.
And I think half of the shots of the monsters were also practical, like they were actual, like the head and stuff.
Oh, like the horns and the head. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So to me, I was like, again, like, you know what? You did your research. You put the money in the right place. You get this.
Okay. All right.
It's not a 2 thumb. It's like
A
no,
thumb.
You,
Okay.
You did good.
You get a pass.
You
All
did
right.
good.
Yeah.
You did good.
Okay. Yeah, it seems promising coming from you then. Yeah.
It's not. No, it's not really promising. It's just, again, like if you need that oh my God, this
Like
movie,
the giggle and all that stuff. Yeah.
it's there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Like, this movie is much more better than Mulan.
Oh, I mean, oh, God, man, you mentioned Disney. We're gonna. I think that's like one of our last parts of the thing.
All right, but yep, I went there, kids.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that movie on Disney Plus.
Oh no.
Woo.
All right, we're not gonna definitely spend time for that movie. All right. So
I want my 1 hour and 25 minutes back.
Oh God, why'd you do that, dude? You did that to yourself.
Hey, we waited.
At least you watched it for free. I'll give you that. All right.
We did not want to pay $30 to just watch the damn thing. We waited for that thing.
You waited for the movie, to be part of the subscription thing. Okay.
Yep. We were smart.
Were you though? No. All right.
I mean, after that, we watched Stranger Things, so.
Okay, to wash it down, yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's skim through these parts. We'll talk about some of the things, but Sea of Thieves is switching from seasonal updates to a battle pass. I guess it makes sense. Mass Effect.
Yeah, because I think with Seas of Thieves, going to seasonal updates to battle pass lightens the load.
Sure.
A bit. So good on them. Mass Effect. Oof.
Yeah.
Mass
The-
Effect and Dragon Age leaving BioWare.
yeah,
Oof.
the leads, the big boys behind those games are leaving BioWare, so that's it really says something, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like we will talk about Halo Infinite a bit, but it's kind of like a similar situation with Halo Infinite. Like
Yeah.
someone else left from that studio and they're going somewhere else. So
Yep. So it's like, oof.
mhm.
You're just doing this, going like,
Yeah, basically. Prince of Persia is getting, the remake of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, getting delayed to March 18 of 2021. That's what it looks like, right? I should say 21.
Which to me, I don't mind. Like again, when it comes to delaying games, as long as the final product reflects on the extra time you guys, the developers are putting in to polish out the game, I am fine with things being delayed.
Yep.
As long as there's updates of why this happened or what you guys are doing.
Yeah, as long as they're clear about it and at the end result it actually pays off, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Like Platinum. Where's my
Platinum?
bail?
Platinum?
Huh?
What are you talking about? This
Platinum,
CD Project. You're.
No, I'm saying it with the delay.
Oh, okay. Okay,
The delay, it's like,
okay. I see what you're saying.
Platinum?
I see what you're saying. All right.
Where's
Where are
Hello?
the updates? Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
the last update was it was still in development, but that was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, development is going well. That's what they said. That's the
It's
last
going
thing.
well. Smiley face. That would have killed me if they did that.
Yeah, I think that maybe they're doing something big with it. I mean, or you know what? I hate to go on a tangent here, but this may mean that along with like all the other like Nintendo games and stuff like that aren't being like talked about, right? Including Metroid. Maybe it could mean the Switch Pro is coming out sooner than we think, and then they're actually making games for those for that system. So maybe that's why they're not talking about it at all.
And then now I'm just reminded that Platinum is also doing that other game for Square.
Yeah,
Something Babylon.
Fall of Babylon or Babylon Fall.
So
Yeah.
that kind of reminds me, like maybe because their
They're, like, split
team
off.
is so small. Yeah, they're split. So it's like half of their team is here and half of their team's here. So I don't know. But again, just a small update would have been freaking nice.
Yeah. Something. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go through this one. Yakuza Like a Dragon is coming to PlayStation 5 same day as both US and Japan. Also,
That's nice.
Yeah, that's actually really nice because the PS4 version didn't come out the same time, so that was a complaint I had. But naturally, of course, they announced that they're making a new game for Yakuza, and then also they also made it clear that Ichiban, the new protagonist, is still going to be a protagonist for the rest of the Yakuza games, at least for a while anyway, until I guess they make another protagonist. But Kiryu had a respectable sort of end.
Kiryu's he had a long
He had a long run.
he had a long journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man's gotta rest.
Yeah, the guy's gotta give him a break, right? So Ichiban, I do like Ichiban as a protagonist. Thankfully, he's a great protagonist, great character for Yakuza. I think he's a good successor, overall. And so that's so with that, I'm looking forward to more of these new Yakuza games with Ichiban in it. So yeah. Next up we have Hitman 3. There was a trailer for that. We're probably we're not going through that, but just for the sake of time. Halo Infinite, there was a big statement that was put out. Did you read that statement, by the way?
I read it and I was like, oof.
So
this year for Halo has just been oof after oof after oof.
I'll take your word for it. So I mean, I did skim through it myself, and isn't like the release date like at least 2021 or at least 2022 or something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that. there's a lot of work being put into it. It seems like, or reworking, I should say. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This game is going through some stuff going on. Anyway, Among Us on the Switch. That's pretty cool. Unless I mean, I guess because they did first come out on like mobile or not first, but PC, which you don't have to pay internet for just to play the game. But I don't know, like people complain about the Switch Online. You have to pay for it, but it's like I don't know. At this point, it sucks, yeah, but we gotta get used to it. It is what it is. So yeah. Anyways, meanwhile, for Miles Morales, there's an update for that one. There was an update involving with the ray tracing and stuff like that wasn't implemented for the 60 frames per second. So now they actually added that in there. So you have a ray tracing option with the 60 frames per second, right? So now you can have 60 frames and the ray tracing on at the same time on the PlayStation 5. So that's that's pretty cool, yeah. And then meanwhile, also there was Crunchyroll being acquired finally by Sony. Yep. Sony's Funimation Global Group, to be more specific, for $1.175 billion. So that means they're the biggest distributor for the West when it comes to anime. So
kids, if you remember, Sony has control over Funimation.
Yes, they do. Yep.
So maybe this is a hint that Crunchyroll and Funimation might go boosh.
Yeah, boosh. Yep. I hope that the one thing I do worry about is the subtitling. The people who write the subtitles, I hope they don't like just insert stupid little like political stuff in there just for the sake of like trying to do whatever they want to do, instead of actually telling the story, which I've been hearing from like other people who watch it on Funimation. So it's like, yeah, all right, yeah, that's the one thing I do worry about. Like, I think the censorship is okay because they don't actually do that a whole lot. It's the biggest problem, or the biggest elephant in the room, is the subtitling. So yeah, I mean, if it's that bad, then I'll probably like drop my subscription and I'll just like go somewhere else, like go on the on that website. Anyway. All right. Anyway, up next, after the purchase, they are now going to have the anime app on the Switch, right? They teased it previously, but now they actually fully announced it. I think it's just called Anime Now, or no, it's just a Funimation app. Yeah, it's just a Funimation app.
Where you can watch your anime on 720p.
Yeah, with a small screen. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bigger than the iPhone 12 Pro screen, but if you want to watch anime in bed, I think that's kind of cool. But you can do that with your iPad anyway, so it's like, all right, whatever. But I guess if you only have the Switch, then yeah, I mean, you watch anime that way. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of anime, there's a live action news involving Yu Yu Hakusho, being produced by produced from Netflix, right? I think this is a poster for it. If I can load that up real quick. So yeah, that's the poster. It's Japanese produced, thankfully, but the provider or the investor is Netflix. So yeah, it's a Netflix produced series. Yeah. I mean, at least Kuwabara looks like Kuwabara. The hair, I mean. Yusuke, you should have slicked back the hair a little more. I don't know. It looks a little more, it looks a little too poofy, a little too much like the Pompadour.
A Pompadour, yeah.
Yeah. He looks.
And I always thought Yusuke's hair was spiked, like just a tad.
Just a little bit, right? Like, yeah. But it's for the most part slicked back. But I think over time it got a little more spiky. Maybe because like the art direction changed a little bit.
The art direction.
Yeah.
Kurama.
Yeah, Kurama right here.
guess he's fine. It's just that when I think back at how Kurama was drawn, his face is more angular, right?
Yeah.
And then Hiei, I guess they got him down.
I mean, yeah, it just looks like
But to me, it's like I hope he's short.
Oh yeah. They gotta.
He is the most shortest out of the bunch.
Yeah. You definitely should look the shortest out of the bunch, but yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we'll have to see with the trailer and whatever.
And why do they have him already in his adult form?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna like jump through a bunch of parts of the story or whatever. Like, are they really already going to go into the Dark Tournament? Huh.
I know, like.
How far is it gonna go? Is it a movie or is it like a series? Oh, it is a series. Okay, so, huh?
Oh, it's a series. Okay.
It's not a movie. Okay, so they're not gonna jump through it quite a bit. It's just like there's there's gonna be some parts of like slow down. And
I think because they want to show the adult form, because maybe I'm just trying to peer into the future.
Mm-hmm.
His kid form might be CGI. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, they could use an actual child, but working with kids
might be a little hard, yeah.
So.
I mean, he is a spirit, so I guess.
Yeah, he is a spirit. Yeah.
So you gotta give that a pass, I guess. But if you have to think of it that way. Otherwise, yeah, the whole CGI thing might be a little weird. But I don't know. We'll see about how they do.
Unless they just forego of him having a child form, then
yeah, like an actual kid. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little hard because kids grow up, you lose the look. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the problem of it. Because like production takes like what a long time, like what 5-6 years sometimes, and by that time they hit puberty, they're like completely different. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the cast, the kid cast that did the Stephen King's It movies.
Yeah.
Like the kid cast, like they grew up, but so like some gain weight, some gain muscle, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So the directors outright said that because of this, they had to like CGI like some of their fat away, or make them wear like other type of clothing that would hide their their body to shape their body back to they were like, stuff.
Yeah. Yep, but we'll definitely see with what the Netflix direction is gonna go. So there's a lot of things announced and hasn't been coming out. There's not much output versus what they're putting in, what they're announcing. So
But I'm thinking that the Yu Yu Hakusho is gonna appear in Japan first.
Oh, like Japan only?
Then,
yeah.
And then it takes like maybe a year or so for it to get to the state side, the west side, because that's, I believe, how long we on the western side had to wait for like Beastars and.
You're right. Yeah.
To show up. I think with like BNA, I think it happened like months from each other.
Yeah.
I
That's
think.
interesting.
Speaking of Beastars, me and my boyfriend watched that.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah. That can be a closing stuff, because it was a funny experience for me to watch. Because I already watched Beastars, he didn't. So I'll save it to the end.
Okay. Let's get through this. So we got some Disney stuff to talk about. So as the Game Awards were happening, there was Disney's Investor Day. There was a lot of Disney stuff that came out. We're not gonna talk all about that. Obviously, there's so much that came out. Like, all this Marvel stuff coming out. There's I Am Groot series, right? For example, just as one. Christian Bale is announced as playing the villain for Thor: Love and Thunder, as Gore the God Butcher. I don't know who that is, but that sounds cool because it's Christian Bale. There's a
He's gonna have that voice.
There is a Ant-Man and Wasp film coming with Quantumania. Yeah, they're like Marvel alone looks a lot. There's a Fantastic Four coming, right?
Which I fucking called it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah, of course. There is eventually.
Like, it was either they're gonna do Fantastic Four first, or introduce the X-Men.
Yeah,
and then
it's begun.
again, like all the other stuff, like WandaVision coming out next month already.
Yep,
can't wait for that. The new Pixar movie, the
Soul?
No, not Soul.
Lightyear?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that one because that's our first Asian princess, I believe.
Wait, I thought Mulan was a Disney princess.
Well, she's technically, when you think of like royalty.
Come on, bro, like she's bro, she is
I won't be technical on your ass.
Pretty much a princess. All right, shut up.
Yeah.
But okay, but an actual like royal like prince. Okay, princess. All right.
Princess.
But yes, okay. So Raya is coming for both theaters and Disney Plus, which
is a smart move.
Which I'm probably gonna do with Disney Plus. Yeah.
But do we have to pay $30?
I don't. Wait. Oh, it's a Premier Access thing. Oh no, that means yeah. God damn it! Oh, I don't know. All right.
Okay, next.
Next. All right. So, there's a bunch of stuff going on with the 21st century Fox Century stuff, right? And then yeah, I was like getting my words all tangled up. There's an Alien series or movie coming out or something like that. And Lucasfilms, a lot of stuff came out, dude. Like Ahsoka, Rangers, they already mentioned like Mandalorian season 3, but that's now like Boba Fett stuff.
The Boba Fett one. If you didn't watch The Mandalorian yet, kids, please go watch it.
Please go watch it. Yes, it's a very faithful series for Star Wars. This is
Chip and Dale, Pinocchio. Wait, is this it's a live action? Oh god damn.
Yes, it's a live action retelling of Pinocchio with Tom Hanks. Okay, that's new to me.
Okay, I can see Tom Hanks as Jiminy Cricket. That's all I can see him as to place himself in this movie.
I hope he's just a voice for the Jiminy Cricket. I hope he's not actually like
yeah. No, like that's what I mean. That's all I can see him as.
Yeah. Not what's Geppetto?
Oh my god! If he is Geppetto, it's like he's not old enough.
Yeah, that's true. Who would be Geppetto though? That's a good question. Anyway, well, I mean, what did you want to make a guess? one guess? Not Gary Oldman. Not Gary Oldman. I cannot see Gary Oldman as a Geppetto.
Let me get you back. It's like I have him in my head, but I can't put his name onto it.
One thing I do want to mention is also Lightyear. There's a Lightyear film coming out. It's supposed to be like the character himself, not the toy. So it's like talking about the lore of Buzz Lightyear that's based off of the toy, or the toy based off of the lore. I don't know. Anyway, it's the real Buzz Lightyear, let's just say. And Chris Evans is now voicing Buzz because unfortunately, Tim Allen, they had a fallout. He had a fallout with Disney because of personal reasons. I don't want to go into that too much, which is unfortunate because I really liked Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear because, it's just like the voice that I grew up with, as Buzz Lightyear. But, Chris Evans, I guess that's appropriate. He is a Captain America, so he has that, like, that vibe, I guess. So, yeah, I guess that could work, but we'll have to see. WandaVision, that's
which is very interesting of how it's a 3-parter.
Yeah. Winter Soldier. Sorry, Winter Soldier and Falcon.
I don't care for that one.
That one is like the most underwhelming one. It's like, I don't.
Yeah,
what?
I don't.
Yeah. So,
like if they don't become boyfriends at the end of the series, I don't care.
oh gosh.
I mean, look at that shot. It looks like just kiss. Hey, now kiss.
Now kiss. There's also Loki, which is actually very exciting.
I'm interested in the Loki one.
Loki film. There's the What If one, which is like, I don't know how I feel about that one. It's like, okay.
The What If is actually an actual series, and it's pretty much like what if this happened. And
I see. Okay, and there's apparently a holiday special for Guardians of the Galaxy, but
yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Like, I'm scared. If it's gonna become like Star Wars holiday special, I'm scared.
This one, did I already click on this one? I think I did.
But
check real quick. Okay, yeah, I did. Sorry, you want to say something before?
Oh, well, for the audience, the reason why I was saying WandaVision is a 3-parter is because WandaVision apparently is going to tap into the multiverse.
Oh, and then with Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah. Well, it's going to be like WandaVision first, Spider-Man 3, if things go correctly. And then Doctor Strange 2 as
with the multiverse.
Closing. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, see that part is pretty exciting. I see myself invested in those ones. But yeah, a little more on Disney stuff, but with Fortnite now. There's Black Panther making it into Fortnite.
Well, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and Taskmaster.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's also kind of like paying respect to Chadwick. Because I was about to say too, like they're going to try to like rewrite the story. I forget which thread it was. But anyway,
they're not really rewriting it. They
don't want to recast him for sure. They want to like make it so that
I mean, they outright said it's Shuri. Is
it Shuri? Okay.
That's gonna helm the mantle, which is correct because in the comics she did.
Oh, okay.
She did.
Is that Chitala's sister, or
the sister?
Okay.
Because it was like, I believe in the comics you can what's the word? Help me out, for those that's listening to this. Shuri wore the mantle, and then I think Storm did.
Oh, Storm
from the X-Men.
Oh,
I think she did wore the mantle, or she just had it, but she didn't. She had the title of it, but she didn't really wore the outfit. And then other people wore the mantle of
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
It's like, wow, you guys are actually putting research of who wore this mantle. Good job. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
But in other news, there's what do we have? Daredevil and Spider-Man 3. I'm hoping that this Spider-Man 3 movie is not going to be freaking overwhelming, like how
a lot of stuff going on.
Spider-Man, keep forgetting the director, Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, where he had like so many villains in his in Spider-Man 3, and then there's also was the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which also had too many villains.
Yeah, because Spider-Man 3 had Sandman and Venom, and was it Green Goblin or Hobgoblin?
Yeah, the Hobgoblin, supposed to be Hobgoblin, but they called him Green Goblin 2, if I remember.
Yeah.
And then for the Amazing Spider-Man, we had what? Electro, and then the
Lizard?
Green Goblin.
Wait, was Lizard in it? I forget.
Lizard was the first one.
Oh, first one. Okay, okay. I mean, that mixed then.
Yeah, Lizard was the first one.
Okay.
But again, like, I don't know. Do you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man, where they were saying, oh, not only Tom Holland's going to be in this movie, but
Yeah, Peter Park, or
Garfield, like Andrew Garfield, and
Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire is in here, and it's like, to me, it's like, wow.
It's pretty bold.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
That's
pretty,
a bold statement, but is it actually true? Like,
It's
I'm
pretty-
on that fence. Like,
it's pretty bold
like-
to even like mention it as like a rumor. So I feel like it's such a big thing that I think it's true. Like especially with like the whole like multiverse thing. I think they're gonna do the whole Spider-Verse thing. They're gonna incorporate that into the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. So
yeah.
I think, I mean, I think it's potentially true. I mean, it's definitely looking.
I mean, they
it does
also
make
said
sense.
that. They said that the actor that played Doctor Octopus is also coming back, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I heard too, from the Sam
It's like,
Raimi film, right?
wow.
So yeah,
yeah, I'm like, it's like, you know what? You already bring back J. Jonah Jameson
yeah,
with the
you're right.
actual good actor that portrayed him, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. J.K. Simmons, yeah,
Yeah, J.K. Simmons,
gotta love him.
the only actor I can see that
He is J. Jonah Jameson, dude. No one else can.
that character is him incarnate.
Mm-hmm. All right, we gotta get a move on. So it's Into the Spider-Verse, speaking of
Okay.
which, we'll be releasing 2022, specifically October 7th. So we still have a ways away, but it's coming. Mortal Kombat the movie is coming out April 16 of 2021. So that one's a little sooner. Metal Gear, there's a Metal Gear movie involving with the actor that played Poe Dameron from Star Wars, the sequel trilogy. Supposedly, I think it's still not officially confirmed, but Oscar Isaac is the actor. Is supposedly going to play Solid Snake. So, do you feel that he
Which
is?
Solid Snake?
I don't know. It's just he's gonna be Solid Snake, I guess. So is it like
Like,
older? I don't know. Like like if you just I don't know. Like I at first like I can't imagine him being Solid Snake. I mean maybe with the beard does help, like the facial hair, but I don't know. What do you think?
I'm gonna be the matchmaker from Mulan. Too skinny,
Too skinny.
not good.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I guess we'll have to
But
see. I mean,
you
it's
know,
not
we
confirmed.
don't know because
Hmm.
when if it is him, because again, actors they either bulk up for the role
Yeah,
or
you're right. Yeah,
they lose pound. Yeah, so we don't know.
yeah, because Christian Bale
We do
can do
not
it.
know.
He can just bulk up or turn skinny right away, or he is willing to
Yeah.
anyway for the role.
And then like, and then I don't know, like Oscar Isaac. I'll give it to him, but it's just his voice. I don't see him as Snake.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know. Yeah,
That makes sense.
that's
Unless it's a really younger version of Snake, then okay, I can understand.
yeah.
It's just like how Tom Holland is a younger version of Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Whenever that movie comes out,
mm-hmm.
laugh my ass off.
Well, this one's whether you'll laugh your ass off or be like, ooh, in a good way. But SNK, who makes the fighting games like King of Fighters and stuff like that, is actually going to come out with the new console coming out 2021. So I don't know. This could just be like a like a mini console that plays all the older SNK games, or an actual console game or console system.
My eyes rolled into the back of my head once you said SNK making a console. It's like, okay,
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Next up, second to last thing. There was a 6-year-old son that racked up 16K on his mom's credit card while playing, specifically the
Fortnite.
Sonic mobile game. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. You know, how did she not notice right away a fight?
Yeah, where was that that notification that your kid was spending this much? Did she wait at the last second? Like, okay, like for my auntie, when her kids are buying shit on for their games, she gets a notification
Yeah.
that if they spend like, thank God that only happened once, like more than $100, it's instantly blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Like somehow she was able to convince like her credit company, like if you see this, block it, or
Oh, I see. Well, I guess what
But again,
happened here, sorry, that was what
No,
happened
no.
here was she actually did alert Chase, right, that it was happening, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it got to the
Mhm.
point she didn't get a response until months later, as October said, right here, because she made a claim back in July, but she didn't get a reply until October, and I think by that point it was already too late because she just Chase just told her to contact Apple, and then by the time she contacted Apple, it was already too late. So I guess if she actually contacted the right company, then she might have been able to get all that money back. But because it was too late or whatever the reason, she can't get it back, which is fucked up.
But again, like how old was the kid? Six years?
6 years old, according to this
Okay.
article, anyway.
Okay. I'm not gonna really fault the kid. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fault the parent for not actually watching what goes on with what the kid is, doing and stuff.
Yeah, because she admitted that she didn't put up or set up any parental control of some kind, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, like like there's a lot of things that sucks about it. Like, the Sonic mobile game. I think it was Sonic Forces, but anyway, the mobile game, the wording on it, it was really tricky, I guess, or it was like very, very deceiving. So maybe the kid just fell for it and just didn't know what was happening because the wording of the of said game, right? But at the same time, I mean, it sucks because maybe she probably did notice, right? But then she just contacted the wrong company. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it sucks. It's altogether, but I guess the lesson here is that don't hand your kid your iPad because they're gonna buy some shit that they have no idea what they're buying. So it sucks, because like what parent right now is gonna know about these mobile games that like suck up money from like their wallets, if we become parents, we're prepared for it, right? But right now, for parents of the older parents of this generation, they're not gonna know. They don't know shit about mobile games. It's still within the generation where video games are still on just consoles and stuff like that. You don't need to like fucking micromanage and stuff like that to keep playing the game or whatever. But now we live in the age where mobile games and all these bullshit microtransactions happen. So that's why we would be prepared for it. But again, yeah, I don't know. It just sucks. Especially during the times of COVID. And I don't know. I can only wish the best of luck to her. And hopefully, she can pay off that debt, or get it written off as something else. I don't know. I don't know how those things work because it's such a, I guess, unique situation. But anyway, there is another game that actually pays you in a way to play, just to play the game. So do you remember this game at all? Called Hyperscape?
The fuck is that?
Yeah. So this was a game that was announced. I think it was during the PlayStation State of Play, one of the State of Plays. Either that or E3. This was announced as the Battle Royale game from Ubisoft. They were trying to make it big, to be the next, like, Apex or something like that, Fortnite, whatever, to compete with them, I think. But I guess they did such a poor job with marketing, or people were just not interested with the characters and stuff like that, that they actually will pay you a $10 sort of gift card for certain Ubisoft games from their Ubisoft store. Yeah, it's a $10 coupon. Just to play their game, just because no one is playing it at all. It's like barely anyone playing it. So it looks like they're really trying to pull in some players by doing that with the $10 coupon. But yeah, I don't see this game taking off at all, unfortunately. So yep, that's all I got from this docket. There was a lot to go through because we had to delay it for a little bit, so there was a lot of news to cover. So this was another jam-packed one. Did you have any else to sort of mention before we sign off?
Nope. Because even though for video game wise, nope. Don't have anything until I hear news of a certain game I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no Bayonetta 3 at the Game Awards.
No Bayonetta 3, no Elden Ring.
Yeah. No the Metroid. No yeah. But like I said, I think a lot of those games that are like being hush hush about, I think they're actually making it for the Switch Pro, because I haven't heard anything about Pokemon Snap either. Remember that new Pokemon Snap game that was announced way back when? It was being developed by Namco. So they haven't said anything. So I think honestly they're actually gonna do the Switch Pro next year. I don't know.
This Christmas.
Wait, what? Yeah, like right. Yeah, this week, this Christmas, Switch Pro. What? What?
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, dude. Now that dude, like, I gotta get on the pre-orders if that's the case, right? Like, I don't want the bots to like take everything, man. That'd be awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense, right? I mean, maybe that's why they're all being hush hush about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You never know. But anyway, that's all we got. This will be the last episode for this year of 2020. We will take our break until sometime in January. I have my birthday is in January, so I might do something but I'm gonna take a break regardless until like probably in the middle of January. We'll keep you guys up to date. Just follow me and Zawa on Twitter. It'll be in the description. So I think by the time we do start back up, we'll do a quick year in review sort of thing. But otherwise, we're just gonna talk about always talk about, which is gaming stuff in general, gaming news, gaming whatever, and all the nerdy movie stuff too. Movie stuff as well, anime, you name it. So It's been a rough year. I understand that. But we definitely made the best of it. As much as it was rough for a lot of people. Um, you know, we were fortunate, but not so much others, unfortunately. But hopefully 2021 is the start of getting things back to shape. And but you don't hold your breath too much for just having COVID to just disappear just like that. That's not gonna happen. No, that's not how it works, man. So I wish you guys a happy holidays and happy New Year's. Stay safe. I know Happy New Year's and Christmas is a very social celebration, but just like all the other major holidays. But we're still in the COVID situation. I know the vaccine is right around the corner, pretty much, but take precautions regardless. Because there's a lot of people that aren't going to take the vaccine right away, just because you want to be cautious about it. This thing came out really fast, and people are going to be skeptical about it. So just wear your mask. Stay away from people, keep your distance, that sort of thing. Go grocery shopping only when you really need to, that sort of thing. So precautions, all that stuff. So yep. Again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. So it's been quite the year with you, Zawa. Hopefully we can march on forward as we talk about more stuff.
Yep.
And hopefully we get Bayonetta 3 news and all that stuff. But anyway.
What the hell is that?
Alrighty, we'll let you guys go. That was a long podcast, and thank you guys so much. Really appreciate all the support. Who's still sticking around, and here's to another year of hopefully more podcasts and stuff, but more gaming. I don't know. All right. I was trying to pick my words carefully, but gaming. All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all next year. Have a good one.
Yeah.